Live now.
Ooh, live. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm not in my basement, but I'm still in a really unprofessional looking spot. But there is a mushroom behind me, which makes it more valid, right?
I'm in bed, so I'm pretty sure you win.
I'm just that has no impact on what you're gonna say right now. How much lighting we have right now is not going to affect the message, is it?
I don't know, but we're
Hi,
live.
everybody. Welcome to the Mighty Mushroom Hangout Thingy Bopper. That's supposed to be something, isn't that? And this is Kayla, and you know her because the only reason you probably know about me is you see her first. It's true. Okay, so you just went to well, you just hosted a reseller party
I
here in Portland, Oregon, right?
Yes, it was fun.
Thank you for doing that. That was wonderful.
I think everybody had a really good time.
Yeah, there was a lot of camaraderie. It was completely like there was no I don't know. There was just a vibe to it that was really solid. Like everyone was just really sincere, and it was like full of people who were like giving advice, taking advice, like just having a good time. I thought it was really cool.
Zero craziness, no weirdness.
No weirdness at all. It was totally open
Or
and mostly honest, and except for me, um, open and honest and
it didn't feel
personable. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
like everybody like mingled with everybody, which was
Yeah, that was the coolest part. Like I mean, I love to talk. That's why I have to do a show because there's
cool.
nobody to talk to. So I have to do it so I can, even if nobody was here, like in the beginning when nobody was here, and I would just talk to YouTube. I posted the link in the chat. So this show is just like really just to hang out, and it's an open forum where we can all just come and say things and be held accountable by the internet, right?
Hey girl.
What's up, girlfriend?
Hey,
How y'all
I'm
doing?
living the dream. I'm doing your favorite thing. I'm answering a lot of emails,
Oh, cool.
the customer service kind.
I love customer service emails.
You do, actually. You're really good at them.
Yeah, I've written a lot of customer service emails. So I worked on the largest class action lawsuit in like the history of the United States. I worked for Louisiana Pacific Corporation in Fox Tower. You know where Fox Tower is downtown? On like the 35th floor of Fox Tower. That was
Fancy job.
It was a really fancy
From
job, but it was
Fox
like,
Tower to slinging trash.
dude, Fox Tower, working in Fox Tower is the big time.
I know now you sling trash.
Nice what?
Now you sling trash.
How I sling exactly. Well, I make way more money slinging trash than I did there, and the people working around me were not so motivated. Um, it was a weird situation and a weird job. So this is actually pretty crazy. The I handled all of the incoming emails for so Louisiana Pacific bought ABTco and these other companies that were very similar, and they made pressed board that you house like siding boards and like roof boards, but the roof boards didn't have anything in them to really protect them from the environment. So after like 10, 20 years, 30 years, they had basically biological intrusion, like mushrooms would be growing off of them, bacteria, lichens, and all this other crap. They would just physically fall apart, and they had some kind of lifetime warranty on it or something. And imagine the emails that I had to answer. We're talking about clothing. Those are clothing emails. Imagine if like mushrooms started growing out of your house.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to answer those. No thanks.
that that's not what I signed up for. I was supposed to start doing these like to like log timber, there's these like ecological impact statements. And I'm a botanist. If you didn't know that before, I was doing. I mean, before, well, my whole life I've been a botanist, but I went to school for it too. Um, but so it has like it's a map of the forest, and you can't cut so close to the stream, and you have somebody check it and all that stupid crap. Well, that's what I started kind of doing there, and then I got moved to this class action lawsuit thing. I basically became a paper pusher. You just like push paper around. That's basically all you do. Anyway, that's where I learned a large amount of customer service skills. There was this really funny one, and this lady calls up. I answer the phone, like, Louisiana Pacific, ABT code, whatever. This is Corey. I was still in college at the time when I had this job, and she was like, "My house, it's all puckled." I was like,
Oh no.
"It's puckled. It's puckled everywhere. Like it's all puckling." And I started laughing so hard that I couldn't control myself. I had to like put down the phone and like walk around the office and laugh for a while. Oh man, you gotta find some joy in that kind of job. That was pretty terrible.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. I'm over here dealing with emails that say like, "Hey, I like 25% of my things, and if you want me to say sub, I need to like 50." And I'm like, "That's a fair evaluation. Let me try again."
Yeah. It's all about asking for forgiveness when you don't even really need it, and providing a context to like move forward, I think. Hey Krillin, what's up, dude?
Where did you I mean, since nobody's watching this, I'm gonna say that like I'm basically making it rain free creates right now.
A little bit.
Sure.
Because that's what I have to do.
Because all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Because all I do.
I mean, that's my option right now. Like, my customer acquisition cost currently is 0, so file it under that.
Okay, it's never 0, but it can't be 0. It's like impossible.
No, it's 0.
No, it can't be.
No, it's 0.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, because I'm making money and I don't pay for marketing.
Because you don't allocate the part of your time that causes that flow of traffic into any sort of algorithm. I mean, there's a cost of time, and there is a time commitment to that process. So therefore,
but I'm paid for that time via other streams, right? Like my social media has income.
Mm-hmm.
So I am.
It doesn't mean it still doesn't mean there isn't an acquisition cost.
Okay. It's 0 right now.
Where you're going, but I think that's a dead end.
No, it's 0. I'm gonna stick with it 0 because it feels better in my life right now. So you can keep telling me it's not. I'm not gonna listen. And now it's 0.
Wait, it changed. It's still 0. Not funny. So you're answering customer service emails?
Yeah, it's fun. It's actually not bad. I kind of like it.
I think it's really good to do that, because you get in touch with like trends or like common errors or common customer concerns. You want to overcome those concerns as part of your sales process, right? You want somebody to know that even if they don't, because of the nature of what you do, even if it's not perfect, you'll figure out how to make it right. The question is like the quality of your customer. Sometimes, all customers were not created equal, certainly.
What is Kayla doing with her face?
Mike gave me. I don't want another bite. It's not good. It's not good.
I just saw something stretchy. Oh man.
I did.
What's up? Did you get laid?
I got laid. Mike, some like tiki bar thing, and he got laid, but then he gave me his lay.
Yeah. you pass it down the chain. I've been so busy, man. Orders have been crazy for me.
Tell us about that.
I spent all year listing really awesome stuff at a really, competitive prices, and I'm just like cashing in right now because it's fourth quarter. And it should last through. It go till the middle of February. This pace usually a bit. The funny thing is I have amazing inventory that's like just needs to be photographed and go on the shelf. So I had to kind of change the model because the contractors would come here, pick the stuff up, bring it back to them, and come back. Now what I'm battling with now a little bit is that with that process, I could wrangle it a little bit, come into the office and list, and I'm still paying them as contractors. And I verified that what I'm doing is totally legal, completely.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
A contractor can work in your house. A contractor can work in your office, as long as you don't set their schedule. They have an independently operating business, so they invoice me from there. You can operate as a business as an individual. So what I have them do is invoice me, and I pay them once they're invoiced, and I don't ever make any time stipulations or any specific stimulations. They have a contract rate of $2 per listing, and they can come in and list 5, or they can list 50 or whatever. But what I'm trying to do is say, like, if you come in and you work for, if you list for a specific amount of time or a specific number of items, like, I'll compensate you for that some way. Like, I want them to list way more, and I'm not ready. I don't think I'm ready to have like a full-time employee yet, but maybe I just am, and I'm just.
I think that you're wrong, and you are, and you need to just do it.
I think you would benefit more from it at this point, believe it or not.
I think so too. Like, a bunch of time passed today where I was like, God dang it, if she was here, things would really be happening right now.
You will make more money.
Especially other things for them to do.
I have like a lot to do.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to break that into like a per item price. You're going to have to find a way to compensate them separately for that. So you're probably
I might work a bonus. I might work out some kind of bonus into the listing system after hourly or something. I don't know, but
paying contractors.
That's not the only thing. That's what really
paying contractors is so much easier, though.
It's so much easier, exactly. And it's like if I can understand more and say, like, these are the hours that are available. Like, you can schedule yourself to like have the light cube or whatever set up for that amount of time. Come in and photograph. I mean, there's no rules against them not photographing.
Why are you so concerned about just not putting them on payroll?
Because I don't want payroll.
It's so easy now, though.
I don't want employees, actually, at all. I'm going to resist having employees for as long as possible. It's just
I don't understand. Tell me why.
I don't want to tell you why. I'll tell you why later. Why do I have to do it live on the internet?
No, but now I want to know.
It's extremely expensive, and like right now, I need to invest my money in getting things done, and this is a part that I can actually create a scale that makes sense. So, like, if you come in for an hour and you list 2 items, you get $4. If you come in for an hour and you list 10 items, you get $20. If you do that every single hour, you're gonna make $20 an hour. I could supply somebody full-time work right now, but it's not always like that. So it's better for me. I'm trying to figure out how to make it. I don't know. I don't like the idea. I like the idea of having like a little bit of coal, a few, some coals on the path. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want somebody who wants to come in, grind it out while they're now the listing part I think is not good for hourly, but I do think hourly is good for maybe just like order processing, because it's like you need somebody there to like process orders and answer emails and stuff, and that seems like better hourly. I don't know. I think it's such a great contractor position if you can get it to continue to work. And I haven't explored every option yet, but I think I have a good idea. I think that just not having a schedule and then me just like organizing it like this isn't good enough. It's like today I set up Google G Suite or whatever, G Suite. It's it has like a so I just registered my website, amightymushroom.com. So we'll start build. I'm gonna start working on that framework, just kind of like in the my side time.
What are you gonna do on your website?
Dancing naked babies smoking cigarettes.
Yes. God, I've been waiting
Just
for that.
to be all memes.
Okay, actually, I would book that.
And if you click on a meme, a random product appears, and if you do not buy it, a laser beam from your computer cuts your skull in half, and a bat flies out of the ether and drinks your brain, liquefies and drinks your brain.
I think the bat is overkill, but I respect it.
Okay, you're right. If they don't want to be a customer, then I should probably just work a little bit harder to make things easier for them to be a customer. Not
need to work on your conversion.
Have an interdimensional bat drink their brain.
Just my opinion.
Your opinion counts. Really, it counts to me anyway. I really like the contractor model for listing. I really do. I think it's.
I agree for listing. It's the other stuff when it comes to
I can do
just
the other
having
stuff.
to say like,
I just need to build I need to build accountability back into this space. So they can list from their houses, but they need to do it with their own equipment. If they come into the office to do it, it's so that they can use some of their equipment and use some of my equipment to make that money. You know what I'm saying? You can do it at your house, but you can't do it at your house with my equipment because my equipment stays in the office. So if a contractor, like if John wanted to buy a light cube, which he might do, I'll still allow him to if you wanted. But everybody seems to like Sophie likes the office way better. It seems like it's just hard to. I just really need to pin her down to like say, hey, you're gonna be like, you said you're gonna be here from 1 to 3. Please like be here from 1 to 3, or don't schedule that time. So she has another job too, but I don't know. I like the free form nature of it, and I like that like if somebody attaches to it and they're like a hustler and they can do it, like that's the type of person I want to like be around. And somebody who's like willing to hustle to like get ahead. And when I say hustle, I mean like move quickly. Not anything other than that.
I'll hustle.
Move quickly. Speed is of the essence. Time is money.
I'm firing someone tomorrow. That's gonna be fun.
Oh no. Why?
She's not watching this. I mean, I don't think she is.
Hopefully she isn't watching.
Because she doesn't move quickly at all.
She doesn't hustle.
She also, I told her with the crates going out this month, like, look, I can back any sort of like quality issue. I can back style issues. What I cannot back is if you're sending out wrong sizes. And she sent out a lot of wrong sizes.
Uh-oh.
Like if someone says I wear a medium and you're sending out larges, I cannot keep you. And I've gotten a slew of those emails. And today I went through something that she packed and it had the wrong size in it. And I'm like, this is the one term I gave you this month to not mess up on. Right? Like, you can't send the wrong size. What?
So well, you can't check every crate. You need somebody to do it properly. But yeah, I mean, that's why. So this is the exact reason why like barcoding and things like inventory management that is like non-direct like that, where it's like you these are the items that are going in based on these specifications, and they can't get into the crate because it doesn't get in there unless it's scanned, and it's not scanned if it's not the item. So it might be a better, I mean, some kind of like, I don't know if like, do you like style every crate? Is it like important to really style every crate, or are you just looking for like good pieces that like match criteria?
Right now, we're just looking for good pieces, but that's all changing, right? So the new system is getting released on the 22nd. Everyone will be able to go in and put the pieces that they want into the crate. And I think that's going to solve most of the style issues. Some people will love it, some people will not like it, right? Because they won't like that they don't get the colors they want or whatever. But I think it sets up new expectations. Like, you know, you're getting a jumpsuit in the size you asked for, and the rest is a surprise.
Okay. So, okay. So would you say that your product is a significant value over your competitors? You have to have some competitors.
Like a lot. It's way cheap compared to, well, I don't want to use the word cheap, but my price point is incredibly low and compared to what other people are doing. So ThreadUp has the same sort of idea. It's $20 just to get your box.
Okay.
That's their styling fee, and then you have to pay for whatever you keep.
Got it. So what would it? I mean, I'm not trying to give you business advice. This is what I just thought on the top.
No, I like your business advice. What is it?
It's not. It's okay. This is so you have the States crate, which is a size crate, right? Your original crate, it's your size. So you don't really get to pick too much. Maybe one option or two, right? One or two options. That's your inexpensive crate. Okay. The more data you add to whatever system you're building, work you're going to put into it. So if you have a simple crate and a more complex styled crate, you might be able to really satisfy the people on the lower level, but give also a product that can be curated and that you can, because I mean, people, they want to help you grow your business. You have a single product and it seems like it's not really, maybe it's not meeting the demand of all customers. So you might need a product selection. I mean, a very simple one. Firework crate, whatever, you know. And one is very basic expectations, and the next one you can pick a few more things that like exactly what you want, because you are offering like a discount on the market. So your crate's $40, right?
Yeah, basically.
And you get 4 pieces, right?
Right.
So your average sale price is actually like $10 per piece.
Shelby, stop.
So that's pretty awesome. It's hard to, I mean, you can't even go to Goodwill and get.
Well, my price is $30 for a crate plus shipping, so it ends up being like $35.
Okay.
So it's $7.50 a piece, let's say.
Okay, that's like really, 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 really cheap to have something styled for you. Come on,
and that's why we're throwing out the styling, right? So like we're not styling anything anymore, basically.
But what if you could, but based on specific drop-down criterion, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you be opposed to having like a normal product?
But here's the issue, and this is what we've ran into, is inventory, right? So like I need to be able to have the inventory that I have in stock on the website, so that way I'm not overselling, right? So like I would oversell in certain sizes, like let's say 2X. At the end of packing the crates, I'd be like, shoot, I still have 10 more, and I don't have any more 2X items. What am I gonna do? So like inventory is an issue.
Definitely. No, inventory is I'm having an issue with inventory too. So just so you know, I'm having an inventory issue at the moment. I basically couldn't find a shirt today that was supposed to be in a bin. I just moved everything. So I just dumped everything out of the bins, like onto the floor, every single bin. and I'm just like having somebody like this guy who works for me come in and do inventory on all of it. It's just pissed me off so bad. Inventory management is so important to efficiency, and like I am still working on it. I mean, it is fucking hard.
Yeah.
But it seems like it costs money to initially automate, and you need to automate. So it's like so the same items, if you had different products, the same items could go into either product. It doesn't matter because, one is styled and one isn't, or more styled. So you get to pick from more disseminating information about something. See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. And I definitely could see that working like 6 months from now. Right now, I just need to focus on like what I have and like kind of fine tuning it. So like getting the inventory, everything has SKU numbers now. Like I'm basically setting up to barcode. I've already SKU numbered everything. So like short sleeve shirts in a size 2 have their own SKU, right? Everything literally has a SKU.
That is exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, and my website guy has like built all of this into my website. It's been a long process for him. He's been amazing. And so now as I get the inventory in, it gets put into bags, SKU number goes on it, and it gets into storage, right? And so I will not sell, people won't be able to create anything that I don't have on the website in the storage. So it'll be good. I think what I'm doing is good. And I see what you're saying, like later on down the line, being able to add another option with more specifics.
To decrease your workload and increase your efficiency without breaking any rules. So, I mean, it's your platform in a way, so you got to kind of set the rules. You need to set the rules based on the demands of your customers in a certain fashion, but at the same time, I'm just thinking about how to add the value of what you actually, what you do and what you bring to the table, because that's really important in moving your business forward. So,
I like it. I totally see what you're saying.
I mean, it doesn't. You need inventory management before that is even a question. So it's like, yeah. I don't know how we barreled down that detour there. But I'm like very.
Kayla, I want to hear about what you got at the rack.
I'm gonna mute my thing here real quick.
Well, some of my bags are in the car, so I don't even remember what I got yesterday.
How are you getting it all home?
Tomorrow, I'm going to find a Goodwill, and I'm gonna buy luggage, and we're gonna have an extra carry-on on the plane. I was thinking about shipping it, but that's not going to work. It's going to cost me way more to ship like 60 pieces of clothing than it is to like shove them all into a.
Kevin, Death Pile here, buddy. We're going to mute him real quick.
Will they all fit into a carry-on?
I'm sure they.
It's a great place to get carry-ons is Marshall's.
It's not going to be carry-on.
Oh, a regular suitcase too. Yeah, Marshall's has really. You can get like a suitcase for $25.
I can go to Goodwill and get one for like $7.
Really?
I'm just saying,
if you don't find one at Goodwill, because sometimes there won't be one at Goodwill. But Marshall's is really, really good.
Tomorrow, I'll go. I was at Target tonight, and it was like $30 for the cheapest one, and I was like, I don't want to pay $40.
You're too cheap. All you resellers are so cheap.
But the cool thing is, I spent between the 2 Nordstrom Rack trips I made, I spent about $300.
Ooh.
And I saved. So I would have spent, had I paid full price, like $8,000.
Also, why didn't they have dude stuff? No, I was really close to the Nordstrom Rack when you put your little receipt, when Nicole put her receipt on Instagram. I was very close to one, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go in there and see what they have. But it was only women's clothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean
there was no men's
thing, or they didn't have any on
it's
clearance?
Zero men's. Oh, they had a ton of clearance stuff. I mean, a ton of $4.70. Some stuff was cheaper than $4.77.
I didn't see anything cheaper.
Well, it's because maybe people got there first, you know? There was stuff that was like $2.85 and like all these weird prices. I didn't buy anything because I don't know anything about women's clothing. I just looked through for Eileen Fisher because I knew that one. But
I was not even that picky with what I bought. Like, I bought damn near everything that I found because
there was a lot of plus size stuff in there.
I just gave myself this thought of like, if I was in a thrift store and I found this item new with tags for $4.47, would I? The answer was like a resounding yes. Like, even if I sell it for $20, like, that's easy. Like, it's already new tags.
You're gonna have awesome stuff in your store or to sell wholesale or whatever. So it was just this very high quality stuff. So
it's an easy sell. Some of these things I'll probably sell for $25, and then a good majority of them I'll probably sell for like $60 or $70. And some of them I might even hold on to until like March, because it's a lot of lightweight stuff. It's a lot of like spaghetti strap dresses or tank dresses or shorts. So some of it I might hold on to, but I mean, it was just an easy buy. I'll spend $4.47 on something all day long.
I totally messed up. I should have bought everything. So there were 4 entire racks downtown, like giant racks. It was all big. It was all big stuff. That was like big sizes. There were no duplicates of anything. It was all
you
like.
You should have bought it all. So I no, listen. I'm serious. The manager of that rack follows me, and she emailed me yesterday, like the store manager. She emailed me and was like, "You need to go to the rack. I just put out 5 racks of markdowns, but I couldn't get downtown, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the one by my house." And I got crazy good stuff, right? And I wish I would have gone downtown and the one by my house, but I just couldn't.
I wasn't downtown, and I could have just done it for you. I really didn't. I was slightly
but
pressed.
She was like, there's designer, it's really good, you need to come buy stuff.
Yeah, I was a little bit.
Originally, they marked down 11 racks, and it started Sunday morning.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Holy crap. There was a lot when I went. There was a lot.
For me.
Wow.
You know why, right? You know why. It's that time of year. So whatever they don't sell, they have to carry into next year.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're not selling like the hottest stuff. There was some really amazing Kate Spade jackets in there. Not on the clearance. No. They were in the clearance section. Like, they were like 60 or 70% off. Like 60 or 70% off.
I'll be right back. My kids are doing something.
Beautiful jackets. Actually, initially I was like, wow.
I'm probably gonna go, like, when I get home on Thursday, I'm still gonna go to the one near my house and just see what's there. Like, they might still be putting out new stuff, and it's so worth it. $5 for new with tags Nordstrom Plus items. Like,
yeah.
Even if it's summer shit that I have to hold on to, that's worth it to me.
Dude, yeah. I may have to go back tomorrow and see if there's anything. There was so much stuff downtown, and no one was. I mean, I didn't see anybody who was like a picker or anything. But word travels fast.
Today, there were absolutely no resellers there. I guarantee it. I can smell them. And I couldn't smell any. But then the lady checking me out, she was looking at me like I was an insane person. Like, what are you doing buying all of this stuff, basically? She's like, wow. I was like, yeah, I spent just as much yesterday. And she's like, what? I could tell there was nobody else that came in and bought a shit ton of stuff like I did. Because she just acted like I was absolutely crazy.
Whoa.
Where was you were buying stuff?
Let's talk to Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Lovely to see you, buddy. How are you?
Likewise. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Your mustache looks trimmingly good today, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
You look like you're
all the rest.
Garage.
Kind of.
Okay, because you're all bundled up like it's cold.
I keep my my heater on pretty low, or
okay,
it like kicks on.
You look very cold. You look like you're outside.
Yeah, I'm a little bit cold. I was outside, but
here in San Francisco, it's like 60 degrees.
Oh, are you in San Francisco right now still?
I am. I'm here till tomorrow.
How are the thrift stores?
I hit up one Savers in Dublin yesterday, and it was absolutely wretched. Like the cheapest dress was like $10.99, but it was like Old Navy. And all of the like half decent brands were $29.99, $39.99.
Wow.
Like more than you could even ask for on eBay.
Super pricey. Yeah. You need to go to that place at that Netflix, that the girl on Netflix, that documentary. You need to go to those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that's cheap.
These just sold just now, this very second.
What? Oh my god, those are so cool. How long have you had those? How long have those been listed? Are they new?
I don't know, 8 months maybe?
Oh.
Somebody bought them. So they actually got sold twice in that time. Somebody bought them, didn't like them, and sent them back. I gave them a really deep discount on them too, because I do best offer on everything. And then somebody bought them for a full price and then never paid for them. So I just probably relisted them because they were like out of stock randomly for a minute, and I guess I could make this bigger. Whoa! These are American Optical. If you ever see the brand American Optical, especially their gold-filled stuff, if it's aviator-like or it has like tinted lenses, they're really
those, like,
not that hard to find. They're really not. What?
How old are they?
I think that these are from the late 50s or early 60s.
Oh, okay. Those like weird tinted lenses remind me of like a very kind of 40s style, but
yeah, it's
is wrong.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit later than that, but you know, they are very stylish and they're tinted, but they're not prescription, so that's cool. Really, really high quality frames. These pictures are like old listing style, so it's I probably could have easily just done better pictures. But that's how long they've been in stock. So I started listing with a white background in like July, and so
that's exciting.
What's exciting?
Good sales.
I have a pair of sunglasses like that in my car. So.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I should take those out.
Are they American Optical?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, geez.
Are they yours? They're like keepers, or they're just in your death pile, haven't been listed?
I've been just using them. I didn't realize that they were worth anything. So.
It's very specific style ranges.
Yeah, they're like aviator style.
Yeah. They sell so well. Are they gold filled?
I don't know. I really don't know. They're like gold.
They made some sterling frames and like some chrome plated sterling frames and stuff that are just like very, very hard to find and exceptionally expensive. I'm not going to reveal any, I'm going to do the show with Sip and Flip with Kayla and Crystal on Tuesday, and I got into this crazy Bakelite haul. And you asked me if anything was signed. I'm not going to show any of that stuff until the show, and we'll drop it live onto
exclusive.
But the exclusive, there is a couple of them are signed. One of them has the name Teresa in it. It's that polka dotted one I sent you. That one's money. It's so beautifully made. So beautifully made.
I want to see better pictures of that clear one.
Oh, the one that's urethane and Bakelite?
The clear stripe in it, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's because the plastic is Bakelite, but it's got like urethane swirled through it or something. It's celluloid or it's composite.
I don't know what it is, but it is awesome.
You can see where it's glued together. Well, you can see where the Bakelite's glued to the maybe it's cellulite, or celluloid.
Celluloid.
Excuse me, did I say cellulite? Celluloid. Maybe it's cellulite. Maybe it's celluloid, or maybe it is acrylic. Acrylic? Because they had acrylic in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Still desirable.
I don't think the whole thing is acrylic though. I think
Yeah.
it's Bakelite and acrylic, but I could be wrong. Oh, dude paid. Wham! That makes a day a better day.
I just
You see
subbed
that-
to
What's
like,
up?
I just subbed to the flip and dip or whatever. Sip and flip. Yeah.
Sip and dip. That's a new one. We'll do that instead. We'll have like spinach and artichoke dip one week. We'll have like nacho cheese one week.
I'm gonna start a new show. It's gonna be called Reseller Nip Slip.
Mike just lifted up his shirt for us, so he can be your first nips.
Janet Jackson will be our first guest.
Good luck.
That would be nice.
Well, I'm excited to see all of the Bakelite on the show. So
yeah, I've been reading. I've been learning more about. I kind of knew. I knew how to mostly test how it was real.
Did you buy? Do you have like Simichrome, or what did you use to test it?
Simichrome.
Mm-hmm.
I took some I took some. It has a weird. It develops a patina. That's the first thing. So like you rub it and it like.
Well, yeah.
And you rub it and
so
it
you rub,
like,
but you have to rub it like real hard.
Yeah, but I'm really
like,
strong.
Yeah.
It makes like a gunk. It gets gunky.
It can make a gunk, but mostly you want to look. You want to smell. That's the most important part. It smells
weird.
like formaldehyde.
Yeah, it smells weird.
It's made with formaldehyde.
It smells gross.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit. So
but
all of these pieces smell gross, but I did have some Simichrome. I did have some Simichrome before in a kit here, but I don't have it for some reason. So I actually ordered some on Amazon yesterday. So it should be here tomorrow, and I'll be able to. Well, we can test it during the show because I got to test it before I list it anyway.
Yes, please do, because people are very particular about their Bakelite.
Well, I wouldn't want to sell anything
409 in a pinch, but it can damage.
I mean,
409 can damage the Bakelite if you're not careful with it. So.
Oh, because what does the 409 do? I've heard of like.
It kind of does the same thing as the Simichrome. It actually changes color. Like, so you take a Q-tip and you can like rub it, and it changes the color. But if it's really dirty, it can also show the color. It looks like a yellowish brown. So
yeah, I've tested Bakelite. I've sold Bakelite in the past. It's just never been as cool as this stuff or as good as quality, and I haven't really. I've bought more like structural kind of pieces and like games and dice and that kind of stuff. This is the first time I really bought a large lot of what I thought was awesome Bakelite in that bangle form, which I think is a really desirable form.
Yes.
So I kind of I've tested things with Simichrome, and
it works.
Yeah, it turns like a yellow that you cannot. It's like cat urine.
Yeah, it's gross looking.
So I mean, a lot of things react with formaldehyde.
You don't have spacers, and the spacers are like a less desirable typically. You've got like real bangles and like chunky ones, and the spacers I wouldn't spend a lot of money on unless they were like a really crazy color. But the bangles you got are good. Spacers, they're very thin.
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, so they like go in between the bangles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So they're super.
I don't have any of those.
Not as desirable as the thicker.
Yeah, like some of them, I know at least 5 that I have are like designer made bracelets, and the other, like, I think there's like 15 or 16. So I think the other 10 are just like, I just thought they were cool colors. I mean, one of them has like symbols on it on the outside. You know, there's all kinds of. I mean, there was a mixed in with this stuff was a ton of acrylic, a ton of what's the other one? Lucite.
Mm-hmm.
It's like lucite is just harder and it's like lighter and it's not like if you clink lucite together, it's like ding, and if you click Bakelite together,
it's like a clack.
Clack.
It's like a really
like
It's
a
like a very
thud.
satisfying noise.
Yeah, it's like hitting a pumpkin.
But the other stuff still does well. It's still good mid-century modern jewelry.
It was too expensive though. Okay, so I don't know if they thought all this stuff was lucite because the estate sale marked everything between $18 and $24. So I went through and picked out all the bakelite. I was like I was the first person to stand there at the table, look through all of it, pick what I wanted, and there were maybe like 60. And there were awesome lucite pieces, like really awesome, but I mean, I don't think they sell for more than 50 or 60 bucks at the maximum.
Yeah, that would probably be a max unless it was something really special.
So, but they wanted 22, 18, 23, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think they knew. I mean, the polka dot pieces that I have in there, like I can't even find other examples of two of them anywhere. So, and I think that's what people want with this stuff, like uniqueness. That seems to be
Carving, they want carved pieces. So like that.
Do you see that carved, like red marble piece?
Brick
Oh
sort of
my
color.
god!
That's a really good piece. They
Oh
want
my
pieces
god!
like beveled. Those are very desirable. If the colors are sort of swirled, those are desirable. The polka dots are desirable. But really, I mean, they're all desirable because they just don't exist as much anymore. So you did good.
You darn good.
So Corey, you could like tell this stuff just like by touch, or were you like rubbing and sniffing? Or?
I was doing some rubbing and sniffing because those are two of my favorite things to do: rubbing and sniffing.
Flipping down.
I was rubbing and sniffing, and you know what? I was using the experience of like holding the stuff before and selling it before to like determine, you know, within a reasonable doubt whether I could take the risk on whether it was real or not. Obviously, I couldn't take out some Windex and start, you know, oxidizing it and stuff. But there were some pieces that I did not buy that was really stupid not to buy. Like really, 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 really. I passed up on buying several carved rings and some carved brooches. Yeah, dude. Oh, one of them had 7 colors in it, and I think it was worth like $1,000.
You didn't.
I did. It was $35. I didn't buy it.
Oh my god, the brooches are really high demand.
Dude, I already know. Listen,
well,
I did really good. I spent $400.
You did.
I spent like $400 on Bakelite. Okay.
So, just for everyone else's knowledge, if you ever see Bakelite pins and brooches, especially if they're like shaped like animals, shaped like locks, like there's like a really famous one that looks like a heart lock, and it also has a key that dangles from chains, like that kind of thing, super desirable. Silhouettes of like people's faces, tiki. There's like one shaped like tiki heads and stuff. Super, super cool. Some of these go for hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
If you can find the stuff that hasn't been formed into forms yet, just the raw Bakelite pieces, dudes, that stuff can be worth
like rods.
$10 a gram. It's like crazy. Uncut
because
Bakelite.
There's still people who carve them. And they make custom pieces out of them.
Absolutely, and you can't find them. That's why they love those big dice. They actually take the big dice and turn it into raw materials, because raw materials are so hard to find. You know, but the designer stuff seems to just be off the cheesy. I mean, there's several plastic, because Bakelite is plastic. There are several plastic bangles on eBay that have sold for more than $500 in the last 90 days. There's probably dozens.
And there's probably more on Etsy. There's just not an easy way to search Etsy solds.
Yeah, I mean, these would be like things I would cross post on Etsy, definitely. I don't get that excited about that kind of thing, but these just had an energy to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, whoa, this one is glowing, this one's glowing, this one's glowing, this one's glowing, this one's glowing. And then, like, I had used up all the force by that point and had to stop. You know, my metachlorians got tired. They needed a corn dog.
I've only found Bakelite in the wild like 4 times. But one time I found this marbled green bangle with like this beveled cut. And the estate sale was so expensive. Everything was crazy price. And when I went to check out, the bangle didn't have a price on it, but it said Bakelite. It had a little sticker that said Bakelite. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, well, how much is the bangle? She's like, I don't know, $2. I was like, and sold. And then I sold it for $95 on Instagram, like instantly.
Just because somebody overprices some things at an estate sale, there are very few that I don't find market gaps. You might have to look a little bit harder in certain places, but I found a $300 Hermes scarf in a house where shirts were like $15. They were like $35 Pendleton shirts at an estate sale. That was obviously just like, who the hell is ever going to pay $35 for a shirt at an estate sale? I know it's Pendleton and everything.
Joined us. Did you see that, Jacob?
Hello. Hello, everyone.
How are you? Nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Look at this. We have a full house tonight.
I know. It's getting party in here. I can like, what's going on, Jacob? What's new on the horizon? I also, okay, hold on. Before I you just go. No.
Question.
No, while we were talking before, I sold a TV VCR combo for $109. So expand your knowledge. That just happened right after that sale. Look. Wait. Can you even? Look.
I don't know if I can.
I was too lazy to pull the television off the shelf. I just took pictures of it like that.
And here's some are stressing out about our photos.
Nicole's face says it all.
I'm writing customer service emails. I can't see you guys.
She's just here.
Jake, so I was talking to you earlier about people not stealing your pictures. Let's welcome Jake to the whatever we call this miasma of show. Jake, introduce yourself. There's a ton of people. Yeah.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm good. So I got this.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yes, who are you? Who
I'm a lot of
are you?
Yeah, can everybody say who's here because I can't see you. Just hear it.
Portland Pickers.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Picking in the Portland area.
Like Portland, Maine?
We hung out with them most of Sunday night.
No, I think I know the girl.
No, that was Portland.
She's more memorable, so that makes sense. I'm a reseller in the Portland area. I have a face and a wallet, and I travel in a car. It's what makes me unique.
Thank you, at Portland Pickers. Tell us about. So we went and because
I like the freshest items. If it smells
second freshest items around.
And you rock the undercut really well.
So
my goal is to undercut you.
Well, thank you.
Undercut me.
If I can help you with that in any way, let me know. So we went to the Columbia store and bought some jackets, right? And Nicole told us about those jackets. Thank you. And Reezy Resells told her about that jacket. Thank you.
Shout out to Reezy, yep.
Thank you, Mr. Reezy. That was lovely. That was a lovely experience. I wish I could do that every day. Anyway, so you posted your jackets on eBay, and what happened?
So Erica actually noticed that there was another listing that had a very similar photo, and then upon looking closer, it was identical. Someone thrifted our photo.
There she is, Miss America.
I think that's sold. Hey, Erica.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
I can't see you, but hi.
So yeah, I noticed on both his listing and my listing, so for two different things, someone used our photo, which for other items, I really wouldn't care, but because these are like numbered and limited edition, I feel like it looks scammy if there's a bunch of photos of the same like photo. Like it might have someone pass up on ours because they're like, oh, these are the same thing. And the size wasn't even the same on the item. Like someone just used our photo at a different size.
Were you gonna like retake it but put like your like name on a piece of paper
Yeah,
next to it?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the
Would you report them or something like that?
I would feel bad reporting them, but then again, so what I noticed people did this is that they ordered it online because there was a short period of time you could buy them online, and they have like their order number, but they don't actually physically have the jacket yet.
Nope.
So they're selling like it says like I paid and it's on its way to me, but they don't even have it yet. So they're using other people's photos.
And yeah, they haven't. How do you sell something that you haven't even gotten yet? That doesn't seem very ethical to me.
That's called drop shipping.
No,
Well,
this is definitely
not even
not drop shipping. Because that Columbia is not a supplier. You drop ship from your supplier.
Yeah, no, I don't
Columbia
like it.
is just a place where we found expensive jackets. Those jackets were expensive.
Yeah, that's
report them.
pretty high. You can?
eBay is likely going to tell you to message them first. That's what I heard before. Someone else had a similar issue, and eBay said you should contact them and ask them to remove it. And I think if they don't, then eBay will step in.
Okay.
Or you can Vero them. Because I do it all the time.
I'm gonna.
Can you explain that?
Yeah.
You can
To the
Vero
people who
them.
I mean,
So Vero is what is it like technically like
Get the name of it.
trademark infringement, right?
got you.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's not technically what it is. Basically, it's when someone steals your stuff. So like if you're selling fake Uggs,
property, right?
Yeah, intellectual property, that's it. So my photos, my property. You use my photos, I Vero you. I don't even talk to you about it. And then eBay takes that seriously. They will send you a message saying, hey, someone's like Veroing you. And they can potentially get kicked off eBay if they do it too many times.
So that's definitely an option, but I would retake and repost your photos with some kind of notation of like a piece of paper that says Portland Pickers or whatever the eBay name is or something like that.
Right.
To make it much more difficult to want to steal it.
I wonder if it's the same person. I wonder if it's the same person who did it to you that did it to me too.
Did you guys sell your jackets yet?
No,
we didn't.
We priced them high though. We're waiting on.
Corey, how much did you sell yours for?
$899.99 for the Luke Skywalker and $745 for the Han Solo.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
dude,
I didn't even care too much about the photo thing, because I figured that it's only a matter of time before it sells and it's water under the bridge anyway. But it does kind of impact the I guess authenticity of the listing if you're seeing the duplicate.
Honestly, I would just use stock photos if I was you. I mean, I use stock photos on mine. I would use stock photos for something like this because a lot of people who are coming on don't understand eBay. And so they're just like, oh, that's the jacket I want. They're looking for stock photos. I would use stock photos, at least try it out on at least one or two of your listings.
Where did you go for did you just go to Google Images for your stock photo?
I went to eBay and I did everything on my phone. I just screenshot it and I took it and then I put it up.
Okay.
I put my jackets up when I was still in the car driving back from the Columbia store.
That is sad.
Because I knew that it was going to get flooded and I wanted to be the first to get them up.
Mine still took a little while to sell. Like I listed mine probably 2 hours after you listed yours, maybe even a little bit less than that. You got out of line way before me. So as soon as I got out of line, I went to the office, pulled out the ruler. I put measurements in mine and
wow.
Because so also it is very, very clear in my listing. It says it like 5 times that returns will not be accepted on this item. Like absolutely no returns. No returns in the policy, no returns in the listing. So
did you see? Well, I made my people sign for mine, so I just paid the extra. B, did you see the feedback I got?
I did. May the force be with you, darling.
It was the best. I made somebody's day.
the guy who ordered the Luke Skywalker from me was going to like the premiere of the movie and wanted it really bad, so I upgraded the priority and sent it to him, and he's gonna get it tomorrow. And he was like so happy. He was so happy to be able to get it before the movie started. So really nice kid.
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever. We made people happy, and we made a lot of money, and like, who cares?
Okay, Gandhi. We got Gandhi over here.
Day in life.
Day in the life of Gandhi.
I wish it was a day in every life like that. That was the easiest $1,000.
Oh my gosh. When I saw the PayPal, I mean the PayPal fee, I was like, oh my god, that sucks. It wasn't that much, but
What was it, like $30?
yeah, it's very, very close to that. Good.
What?
And then how much was the eBay fee?
The eBay fee wasn't that much.
Should be more than PayPal was, right?
Yeah.
It's $50.
Yeah.
6-something% or whatever.
Damn them trying to take their cut for letting us use their service.
Yeah, I get so happy about that. I want my
Who complain about their eBay bill at the end of the month, and I'm like, it means you made money, asshole. Like,
I mean, I don't like paying bills,
eBay
but
bill.
okay. If eBay doesn't change its fee structure, I would love for my eBay bill to be $1 million a month.
Yes.
Because if it is, then like I'm taking everybody to the Azores. We got Thrift Shop Hustler in the house making problems.
Is anything happening in the chat? I feel bad that I'm not paying attention to the chat.
I am tonight. I am paying attention to the chat. So I think the Vero thing is very, very valid because you just want to chase those guys off too. It's really annoying. There's this there's a
It's
couple.
rude. I don't feel bad. Why would you email them first, Kayla? You're like the first person to be like, no way.
I do agree. I was actually thinking that contacting them first, giving them an opportunity to just, change their photo versus.
Yeah, I would send a thing saying, listen, if you don't change this within an hour, you're infringing upon my intellectual property. I'm going to report this to eBay. You have an hour to change it.
You hear that?
After an hour, I would change it.
Erica's on it.
It's not the same person.
Anywho, yeah, I mean, there's this gentleman who picks around here, and I find him unsavory. I kind of try to, if I see people a bunch of times, I kind of try to see what they're doing a little bit. And, it helps me kind of strategize a little bit too. And there's this one guy I really dislike because he doesn't take pictures at all. He just will find something that somebody else has listed and steal their pictures. And
That's so lazy.
He does quite a bit too. He's doing like $6,000 or $7,000 a month in sales from and he only picks at Goodwills. But that's all he does. He wakes up in Portland, goes to every Goodwill all the way down to wherever he can get to, and then comes back. He does like
Wait, what is he buying?
He buys a lot of the kind of stuff that I buy. He really seeks out like commercial side, like commercially kind of kitchen-y stuff, like coffee, those big coffee machines, and like things that you would use in offices, and he looks for that kind of stuff. And he doesn't buy any clothing or anything, but he does buy a lot of boxed electronics, definitely. Yeah, which are really good. Boxed electronics can really, really, really have great ROIs, especially discontinued stuff that is from major brands. Once something, it's like this. So let's say I'm a doctor and I've used this Panasonic X2400 for the last 10 years. It uses cassettes. They don't even make the cassettes anymore, basically, or you can't find them in stores. His broke, and nobody knows how to fix it, or it evaporated, or he dropped it on a plane. He's like, oh, I've been using XD450 for 10 years. And you're like, yeah, I have an XD450 in the box. He's a doctor. He's like, yeah, I'll give you $400 for it. I don't care. You got the only one? Good. And you have to find that guy, though. There's only one of that guy. But there are probably multiple people who would pay, a good. Discontinued electronics are really good. You might think that they're just junk, but they're not. And a friend of mine here in Portland, he does like video games and stuff. He's kind of a prominent YouTube video game guy, really great editor, unfathomable. I mean, just like ridiculous knowledge for video games. And one of his side businesses is power chords. Like he would just go to the bins and just put power chords, and list power chords. And like his average sale price on a power cord was like, $22 or $23. We were talking about it. And, his average buy price was like 50 cents. And they're tiny. I mean, they're really, really small. So they all go first class. But yeah, so look out for used electronics, especially ones that are in their original box or new in their original box.
No, thank you.
Not you. You already know what you're doing. I'm talking to
okay, how would you respond to this email, Mr. Email Professional?
Oh.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, I saw your email Instagram post regarding unhappy stage crates orders. I canceled my subscription for that exact reason. I got a striped pink t-shirt, a red blouse, black printed top, and black jeans. I was sad. I felt that, well, she's a big girl, she wants black, is how it was approached. I asked for neutrals and cool colors. I figured you were busy and I didn't want to be bothersome. Thanks for responding to my feedback. My family roots for your family and I wish you the best, Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
But you gave her one black shirt.
None of that matter. What you gave her doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. It's not even.
I'm curious though to make sure that I'm understanding. So
I gave her something black and she didn't want something black.
But did she say specifically that she didn't want black? I'm just curious.
Without looking at her style survey, I don't know. But she said she asked for neutrals and cool colors. I think black. See, this is a misunderstanding here. Black to me is a neutral.
Yeah, it's like the neutral.
Goes with everything.
Yeah. But you're right. So tonight I'm not thinking of that though. I don't think I'm wrong on this. However,
doesn't matter.
So I mean,
you're right.
You're the purple.
So I think what I'm gonna say back, Corey, you can tell me this is good or bad, and this can provide some valuable content here. I'm gonna say I'm so sorry to hear that we made you feel that way. That was never my intention. And that's all I got so far.
Okay, so I wouldn't even go down the intention or blame road or anything like that. I would first say, hey Brandy, it's really nice to meet you. Thank you for your feedback. It really helps us make everything better. We really want you to be part of this. I mean, these are just ideas. This is not exactly what you write. We really want you to be part of this. We know that you want to be part of this. It sounds like, there's like a miscommunication in like style or something like that. Are there a couple of suggestions that you could give us about what maybe would have made that crate perfect? And if you want, just give us a chance to try again.
Wait, these are all good, but you said it too fast. No, these are like super good points here. Can we slow down? I'm not kidding though, because I really want all these points in this email. This is really good. And you really value your time. And then, so what did you say after the first sentence? So you were talking about
welcome to state. Welcome to States Crates. We want you as part of this. Like, we built this for you, and we want you to be part of it, right? Like, your feedback is, it's impossible. It's impossible for us to move forward without feedback from our customers. So maybe, you have to concede basically, it's pretty obvious we didn't do it. It doesn't have to say it like that, but like, we didn't get this one right.
Yeah.
Are there a couple of things that would have made it right? So then you're putting the ball back in their court and having them interact with you. You're gaining information, and you're having them help you solve the problem. You're not pushing them through the door. You're letting them kind of walk through, right? So ask for some advice and then say, you know, if you really want to salvage this relationship, say, I'm going to send you another crate. And if it's awesome, like, if it's awesome, let's keep going. Like, how can I get you to not cancel? Like, let's give it another. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if you want to keep this customer, phrase everything in the capacity of like, she sent you something because something went wrong. You don't understand what's wrong because none of us understand what's wrong. But she does. And it's not specifically, I don't think the problem is about the black shirt or whatever. I think it's just a lack of understanding about how it works, you know? So
I think okay, so I'm just gonna end it with like, I would love for you to give it another chance. Here is a code for a free crate. It's on us. Let me know how the next one goes.
yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, like, just ask for some kind of feedback, but let her know you're going to send another crate as well. I mean, you really do want the feedback.
Yeah, I said we clearly didn't get this one right. Are there a couple things that would have made this crate a win for you?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, this is good. Okay, so you actually gave me a bunch of really good tips. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That'll be $475.
Well, I mean, I'm paying $500 a month for a consultant, so
Not yet.
Got one right here.
for free.
Little core.
There's always a price.
I'm just talking.
Oh yeah, there's always a price, right? My acquisition cost is not 0, so what is your price?
Your soul.
I was dead already.
That long ago, let's be honest.
I am undead.
That shit's long gone.
Done used that up last week on the last bottle of whiskey I needed, huh?
So one thing I notice anytime I get feedback on eBay from someone, just like in a private message about what they received, I'm always trying to decipher whether they're fishing for some kind of credit, if they want to straight up return it because they're unsatisfied, or if they're asking me to be creative and bring them a solution that they aren't aware of.
I think it's usually the last.
I think if somebody's fishing for money back, you should never, ever, 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 ever give it to them. Either they can return the item or not. And eBay will generally. Okay, if you want to use that strategy, you probably want to have an anchor account, and you probably want to have good customer service with eBay. Okay, because
it depends on the circumstances around their feedback. Like if it's a legitimate claim, then I'm happy to send back 10% or 20% of whatever the transaction was, or at least suggest that as an offering. Bring an offering if that's what they're looking for. But
I mean, some people pre-order with that intention, and
But sometimes it doesn't matter. Like for me, if it's an item I've had for a million years, and I'm glad to get it the fuck out of my life,
which is everything.
A handful of times refunded a percentage and just been like, so sorry, refunded your shipping or refunded whatever it happens to be, and then
people love it.
Over with.
I'm not
item. Yeah. I just refund the whole damn thing. Like, I don't care. Bye. But if it's $100 item, then I'll be like, no, send that shit back. I'll just resell it to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. It's circumstantial, but
it totally depends.
I think for this person that sent that feedback, it's hard to know exactly what they're looking for, if they're just looking for some kind of recognition. I think they sound like they just want recognition from you, and they're offering you maybe some insight into what would be optimal for them in the future if there is that. I don't know.
Just quick, were you drinking out of a fishbowl just now? That looked like a Fishbowl.
Corey?
Was that a fishbowl?
While I'm in the small thing, I'm gonna do odd things and see if anybody notices.
I did not notice.
That was a fishbowl, wasn't it?
No.
I think what Corey said, everything Corey said was like spot on. Like that is definitely building a relationship directly with this person where if they do want to move forward, then, if you already plan on sending them a free crate, then that's awesome. That just opens the door for more business in the future. Whereas if you just kind of acknowledged them and said, okay, well, I'm sorry that this wasn't the best experience, feel free to contact us in the future type thing.
I mean, those.
No, Corey, you basically just made me a beautiful template, and you're making my life a lot easier right now.
Wonderful. I think that these opportunities are some of the best opportunities to build much better customers. Customer interaction is very difficult to gain, true customer interaction. And,
Let me be like super honest here, guys. Like a lot of these people, they just want to interact with me.
Good.
Right, exactly.
That's fine.
Totally. I mean, that's why they're subscribing to your service and not someone else's.
And that's okay. The interaction part of it can happen now, but it's just not that type of interaction isn't fully scalable. That doesn't mean it can't be part of services that you offer. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it's just like
that was a wet one.
For some reason things didn't align, and they just didn't, and you can either not align them and move on, or you can attempt to align them. It's just really, it comes up to that crux. You're never gonna win if it's emotional, you're not gonna win. Sorry, you're not. You're not gonna change their emotions based on you can try to convince them of something. You need to give common ground and work in a common place, because the platform you're building should be a common place for your customer. You want your customer to continue to interact with you. Long-term customers are so much cheaper than short-term customers. Short-term customers are really expensive, and you want to have a great customer base that trusts you and has been there. And as you develop new products, they'll try those too. So, if you really want to do this thing, customers are really valuable.
Customers are the boss, and I 100% value them, and that's why I'm like, this is killing me knowing that I'm making so many people unhappy.
I think there are also some people that
you're not, though.
Find at some point are just not going to be happy with this service.
Exactly.
And it's not you, and it's not the product, and it's not the way it was mailed or the
package. That's going to be a very small percentage, and what you're doing now is going to salvage a lot of.
Exactly. That's what this is going to do. Is it's going to pick out the people that really did have some kind of an issue that is solvable, and then the ones that are just never happy with anything, you'll learn that too, and you'll be able to weed them out.
You want to under promise and over deliver, and that's going to protect you from perceptional differences. So if the problems are from from delivering exactly what you promised, you didn't do anything wrong, right? But, value comes so I'm Cajun, and we have this concept. It's called lanyap. Have you heard of lanyap? Nobody?
That's a no.
Okay, no. Lanyap it's a cultural thing that we have in Cajun land. It's you just give something extra because you want to. It's just part of doing things. It could be anything. Generally, if it's a letter or a note, something like that, whatever. I'm not saying that, or the higher quality of a specific item or something. Add the intention of lanyap if that's it. Add over deliver, and it's hard for a customer to complain if you over deliver. How could they? So, you know, I mean, it's a game of chess. I mean, your customers, there's a lot of your customers who are only going to be one-time customers. And there's a lot, you have a dedicated following on social media who really cares about your journey. And they're definitely willing to help you, but they're not willing to do it if there isn't significant value because they feel maybe that they can find value in other places. So, you know, it's interesting. I mean, what you're doing is cool, and I think it's like I think it's innovative, and but I mean, there are the problems that are going to definitely come with, you know, building this thing in the way that you're building it. So, but I mean, I really do think you're doing a great job. I mean, you're scaling right, and it sounds like you're concerned about customer service, which is extremely. Every company that I quit doing business with really comes down to customer service. It's integral, and people don't want to piss around and wait and get fucked with and all that stuff. Like, I hate when I call up a company and they don't know what the hell they're talking about, or
Right.
I send an email and nobody responds for 2 days. It's just not cool, and like I feel like it's very frustrating. So sometimes I don't even. It doesn't have to be a great answer. Sometimes it just needs to be a solution. You know, so you're in the position where you can offer solutions, and you can actually like through your experience now of like a solution tree. I mean, you can really build a solution tree for a lot of problems, right? You can build like a flow chart almost, you know, like for problem solving in your little business, and it, you know, because you're doing it yourself. So that's good. Sorry, I just talked for a long time.
Really thankful for you guys. I don't know if I said that yet. Because this is hard to figure out on your own sometimes.
I mean, the flow chart's a great idea because then anytime you encounter, because you're going to encounter the same, what, 3 to 5 issues.
Yeah.
So then you just have kind of a system of.
And that eliminates
all that.
It takes the emotion out of it because it's hard when you're a small business owner building this from the ground up, and it's easy to feel personally attacked, even when that's not the intention.
Right.
No. I mean, if somebody is trying to personally attack you and it happens, like, they're not your customer anymore. It's like, this is over. We're done. I don't want you as a customer. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you, okay? There is a time that you can fire customers. Definitely.
There was something important you said earlier about the common ground, and I think people have such a tendency to be me versus them, you know? So if they get a product and they're not happy with it, then they think that you're on the opposite side, you know? So just listening to them and conveying that you're on their side, you're like, yeah, I do suck. You're right. I'm on your side. And then they'll tell you what they want. They'll generally they know
on to the product.
You guys know, I remember, do you guys all remember the best like your best customer service? I remember mine. So one time I was really upset about this. I didn't have a lot of money and I ordered this shirt from a company called Sevenly, and I was super excited to support them. And it was like an autism awareness shirt, and I was going to wear it to this like walk thing that I was doing for Des, and it was like kind of a big deal for me. Not really their problem that it's a big deal for me, but for me it was, right? And I spent a lot of money on it. In my mind, it was a lot of money. And so I remember like I got it and they sent me the wrong one, and I was like, oh, this is such a huge bummer. I emailed them and like immediately responded back, like sent me the right item and let me keep the one that I already had. And I don't know why. It was just like a really good experience, and I'll never will forget. They were just so nice, and like they didn't question me. They didn't question my motives. They just were like, yeah, let us fix this. Here you go.
I think I have learned more, and this is true about so many things, that I've learned more about the bad from the bad customer service experiences that I've had, which is why it's so important to provide good ones, because as we know, people will go out of their way to tell people about a bad experience and they will never share the good experiences. Which is a bummer.
The expectation is to have a good experience. So when the expectation was met, there's no reason to say anything.
Exactly.
If you over-delivered, there is. And if you under-delivered, there is. And a lot of people they chronically under-deliver, and they wonder why their feedback isn't that good. You know, I've had like a lot of feedback revisions in my days on eBay. You know, people have left me negative feedback for almost nothing. You saw the one the other day. He didn't like the way I boxed it. It wasn't damaged. It arrived early, and it was in better condition than the pictures even showed. And then he left me negative feedback.
In fact, it arrived too early, and that can be a real issue.
No, he left me negative
I
feedback.
wasn't expecting it yet, Corey. Jesus, 3 days early.
It was packed, left me negative feedback because he didn't like the way it was packed. Didn't say anything. And then when I asked him about it, he called me a female reproductive organ in Australian slang.
Oh.
Vagina.
Oh, snap.
Called you vagina.
I don't even know. The word was like nibbly nibbly or something.
Oh.
Some weird Australian.
Oh, that's not what I thought.
No, I don't remember what it was. Where were we going with that? My best customer. So this is one of my best customer experiences, and if anybody has to deal with banks, they know how bad they are. So like, I hate Bank of America and any traditional bank. I really wish I could just manage my own currency in whatever form I could, because the government is really stupid and banks suck balls. And hail no people who don't use banks. Anyway, so I go into this bank. It's called Rivermark Credit Union. And I'm like, I go in and I ask a question. And every question I ask, she has a proper answer to. Because I was like cashing a check that somebody else had written. I was like, oh my God, what is this place? It's like the Shangri-La of banks. So I started asking some questions. This place is freaking awesome. And then, so I was banking there. Everything was awesome. And they can do instant credit card printing. So you can go in and apply for a credit card. Or if you lost your debit card, they can print it in the bank, which is pretty amazing. They'll do all kinds of stuff for you. They take care of ATM fees for you. They have a lot of really, really awesome services. And one day I walked in and I asked for some money orders to be printed. And the girl behind the counter was new and she didn't know what she was talking about. I've been banking there for like 5 years. She's like, no, we can't do that. I was like, what do you mean you can't do that? Like, so you're telling me you can't do something that I came in 2 weeks ago to do? She's like, no, we don't. I guess we don't do that anymore. And I kind of looked at her and I was like, what do you mean you guess you don't do that anymore? What does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about? So I said, you know what? Who's like the guy on the top? Who's managing this bank right now? And she's like, told me who he was, and I went into his office and I told him my story, and he's like, yeah, we didn't change that, but maybe it's not in our training or something, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to let everybody in the whole staff know about what we do when it comes to these things, and I'm going to send out a memo about it. And he did, and then he sent me the memo that he sent out. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I don't like, I shouldn't use such bad language on YouTube. I don't mess around. I don't like bull crap, and I don't like people wasting my time for no reason. And I dislike banks, and it's like, get it together, dudes. Like, that one person saying that one thing that really, really made, like, I had to like stop what I was doing and request the right information and have somebody do what the bank already did. And I'm sure she didn't look very good, but I don't care. It's like, if you're unwilling to ask questions when you don't know something, that's a big problem that I've had with employees in the past too. They're not willing to like ask questions when they don't know something, and they just do something. It's like, don't ever do that. Don't do it in your business. Ask somebody. Don't, like, if you don't know, there's so many ways to gain information. Oh, it drives me crazy. I'm sorry, guys. So that one thing about printing a check that she didn't do almost, if the bank, I'm not the biggest, I mean, they probably don't mean, they know who I am because I go in there and I talk to everybody. Almost everybody in the bank knows who I am. But at the same time, it's like, I don't keep their bank open, but that one thing would have made me go somewhere else. And I feel like I provide value to that bank, actually. I mean, the cash flow of all my business, all my business go through that bank. So anyway, yeah, that's like my
Hawthorne alone. Like,
what's up?
You together hold down the Hawthorne branch. I'm pretty sure.
Me together, what?
Just our businesses together hold it down.
Oh, are you a Rivermark?
Yeah, since 2007, 8.
How about you and me saying publicly on the internet that it is the best bankish organization on the planet?
Oh, no doubt.
Oh,
I mean, what other bank gives you interest on your checking account?
Dude,
that's higher than a savings account.
Dude, you want to grow your credit? You want your credit's messed up? Get $5,000, put it into a secured credit card account, and you just increase your credit score by 120 points probably in 4 months. That's all you have to do.
I mean, my credit's really good.
Yeah, I mean, you own your own. Not everybody's is, though. People have messed up. The best way to make your credit.
I have horrible credit.
Do you?
Corey?
I can. Listen, I'm like a pro. I seriously, like, it's one of my weird skills that I acquired in my days for some reason. I know how to fix your credit.
So I really don't even owe like that much money to people. I like less than $1,000. It's more just that like I didn't do anything about that. Like I was a single mom, I didn't have any money, shit happens, whatever. And so I just let it go away, and I never dealt with anything in my life for my credit.
Well, listen, I will, if you'd like me to help you we have to sit down somewhere, and I can show you. We need to look at your credit score and why it's the way it is, basically, and then we develop a little plan. Student loans aren't going to affect it that much, and you can do a lot of things to not have to pay your student loans. Obama made crazy laws that
it's not student loans.
Yeah, I'm not talking about somebody in the chat was saying.
I was like, I didn't go to school.
You don't need.
You're like, I don't have no education.
Why do you think I got that credit, guys? I didn't go to
money
school.
orders. I meant cashier's checks. I always pay my rent here with a cashier's check because I don't have checks. So when I go to the bank to do something, I usually go once or twice or 3 times a month.
Got you, cashier's check. I was like, getting checks printed. They said they couldn't do that.
But I don't do that anymore. Because they do auto pay now. So it's automatically debited from my credit card. I can pay my rent with my American Express card, and it counts towards my miles.
Why not? Because then
that's smart.
It's a lot, dude.
And they charge you interest, though, right? And unless you pay
No.
off the grace period.
Well, yeah, I pay it off every day.
So you pay your rent with your American Express, get miles, but then auto pay that with your debit card. Yeah. Well, that's smart.
There's weird things about credit limits and how you're so let's say you spend $10,000 a month on credit cards and you wait till the end of the month to pay that off. You really want to figure out how to have $100,000 in credit that's on your report. You never want to have more than 10% of your full credit line leveraged because that lowers your credit rating. It will instantly raise your credit rating if you have credit that you don't use, technically. So there's some really weird rules, and if you understand how to leverage a couple of those rules, late payments really fuck you up really bad. So the only way to get through late payments is to just make more payments. So it's like that's it, and payments are monthly. So it's like they kind of, if you messed up in the past, you just gotta ride that part of it out. But increasing your credit limit and the number of accounts that you have is really good. The thing about raising the number of accounts you have is it gives you these hard looks. They're basically called like hard inquiries. So anytime somebody looks at your credit report to determine your credit viability, and that conduit is through which you applied, so you're asking somebody to check your credit to see if you're credit worthy, right? Every time you do that, it lowers your credit score temporarily. Okay, so you don't want to be asking for credit all over town. You want to find like you want to get a secured credit card, work with that for like a year or 9 months, whatever. And then what you want to do is apply for an American Express card because you're going to get at least $5,000. I think that's the best card to get as a credit rebuilding card. You'll get a high limit, right? A much higher limit than some of the other cards. You don't want to go for any of those cut rate card services. You want to get it directly from the provider. You know, you want to get it directly from the provider. You want to get a nice Delta. I have a Delta American Express Sky Miles card. The problem is Goodwill doesn't accept American Express, so that kind of sucks. So I have a separate card that I buy from Goodwill, so I can get those, like the bonuses associated with that. But
do you incur any kind of annual? Do you have like annual fees?
Yeah, there's an annual fee, but I get if I buy a flight, my annual fee is it's $95, I think. I have so the diamond is the highest one, so I have the one below that.
You have the crystal?
Yeah, I have the dark crystal one.
I have the Majestic Gym credit card.
David
it only works in my fantasies.
David Bowie's on the front of it.
I wish.
Dark crystal card. Anyway, so every year that you get a flight, so if you buy a flight that's more than a certain amount, you get another one free. You get a companion ticket every year, and it's way more than the annual fee, way more. So you can get it. Give you like a.
We have like the same thing. Our Alaska Airlines MasterCard. I think it's very similar to that.
I have a couple of cards that are just credit holder cards. So like their only point is to like raise my credit score so I can actually, or raise my total credit amount so I can actually leverage the credit that I have to grow my credit. So let's say you have the capacity to get $30,000 in credit cards, okay? People think that you have to use all that. No, you only want to use less than 30% of it, and the more below that is even better. So let's say you have a secured loan. For like Nicole, what would be awesome is if you took the investment that this guy gave you and you put it into a secured credit card with a bank like Rivermark. What it does is going to actually count as a credit card and extend your credit limit without you doing anything. That's a really good idea. You should definitely do that.
I have to spend the money he gives me.
Okay. I know, but don't you still have capital anyway? So you just pay it off. So I don't think okay. You have to spend the money, right? But you have capital, right?
No, I do not have a ton of floating capital right now. No, a lot of it is wrapped up because I'm buying $15,000 trucks.
God, Jesus Christ. Okay.
So no, capital is not a.
Okay, so, but maybe I'm just going down a giant rabbit hole. Like, if you want to help, if you would like to repair your credit and you need assistance doing so, I will help you. That's all.
Yes, you probably, yes. I mean, I have money, my own money, but the company, no.
It doesn't matter. It's better. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Oh, everything is separate now.
Credit rules the damn world. Blah blah blah. Student loans. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about credit scores just for a second because you mentioned it. Sorry. I'm very.
Oh, that's good info. Mike is very up and up on his credit stuff, and when we met, we talked a lot about this too. And he gave the thumbs up. Like everything you said, he's like, yes, 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 yes. So that's all good. And
there's secret rules that they don't tell you. There's,
but it's all, and we only use 2 of them.
yeah, because you need the other credit so that you can leverage that credit. But they don't tell you. In school, they don't tell you how to generate multiple streams of income. They don't tell you how to use credit cards or what credit even is or where it comes from or how it's generated or how they do any of that stuff. And it's the most important thing you can understand if you want to get above the status quo. But I don't think education is really about getting you above the status quo, unfortunately. I think it's it's about keeping you there. So maybe that's why, even though I did it, it just didn't seem right. You know?
Yeah.
In credit chat with Corey.
Credit is really overwhelming for me, and it's something I just don't even want to deal with because it's so overwhelming to me.
It used to be for me too. So when I decided that I would take it into my own hands and figure it out, it became way easier. And I can actually manipulate it. I can actually. I can make it go up and I can make it go down if I on a whim.
Like this.
I can. In 7 days, I can make it fluctuate.
What?
Are you talking about your score or the amount of credit?
So now credit scores are issued every 7 days.
Wait.
They used to be 30. They used to be 30 days, and now they're issued every 7 days.
Your credit score?
Yes, your credit score is rebuilt every 7 days. What?
Yeah, it's. I thought you were saying influencing your credit limit. I was like,
well, that would influence what my possible credit limit, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, all it is a number that tells you the risk of increasing or decreasing your credit lines or credit limits. I mean, it's based on old math that doesn't even make sense anymore, and it's really a small group kind of math because when they developed like Fair Isaac and all that stuff, you know, it wasn't there weren't billions of credit cards, and it was really more for banks to make big banks to make decisions about companies, I guess, and not really about individuals. And it's really unconstitutional and probably illegal. The credit score system is so Byzantine, secretive, and important that is a huge, it should be a huge conspiracy. People should be talking about it on the news every single day about how people just get screwed over. People get put into student loans. They don't even know what loans are, and they're like basically forced to sign paperwork to get an education. If they don't do that, they can't.
Hi. Guess who worked at a for-profit college?
Modern slavery. It's a form of modern slavery. It's a financial debt package type of...
Do you know, like, I worked for the Art Institute, which is a for-profit college, and some of the stuff I saw, I'm like, this is great. Like, I would go against them. Like, if someone was like, hey, there is lawsuits against them, I would absolutely go to court. Because I was the enrollment officer. Like, I basically was a person between the dean and the admissions office. So the kids would come, they'd bring their little packets in with their essays and all their paperwork. I would put it together in a pretty little package. I would get transcripts, all the information the dean would need, and I would take it to the dean. I would get these essays that were literally junk. Kids couldn't even like write their own name. And we were still pushing them through because we needed the signups. We needed those kids who could easily get financial aid, right? Like the military kids, there was like this slew of kids who could easily get financial aid, and those were our target.
Oh yeah, that's not cool.
And so these kids literally were taking on thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt and had no idea what they were doing because they couldn't even write a basic sentence.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's pure insanity, and the bubble already has bursted on that. I mean, there's more student loan debt than credit card debt, and so this is one of the biggest political travesties and one of the biggest embarrassments of the Obama administration. I don't talk about politics a lot, and this isn't about anything. This is about the truth, and it's about reality. And George Bush Jr. Changed the system so that you could not get out of student loan debt through bankruptcy. Before Bush, you just had to file bankruptcy and it was done. They removed it. They did it on purpose. Okay? And then what did they start doing? They started jacking up college prices and the amount of the loans that they would give you. Weird coincidence. And then Obama comes into office, and the one responsible thing he could have done as president, really, for the people of the United States, was get rid of that. Whatever it took. Obamacare, sorry, folks. It's rough. Like, being on Obamacare was so expensive, like, whatever you want to call it. The Affordable Healthcare Act, to me, is like double thing, because it's expensive, man. It's hard for me. I mean, I guess I can afford it, but it's like a huge, ridiculous tax that I'm paying now. I just, oh my gosh. Now, before that, my wife, we had to go back to Argentina to have our kid because we couldn't, pregnancy was a pre-existing condition in 2013, basically. And we couldn't get her insured properly for, like, we couldn't add her to like a plan or anything, even though she was pregnant. So that changed, which is awesome. But this is, it's not affordable at all. It's really not.
No, it literally was like, I finally gave up and didn't have insurance for a couple months before Joe went back to Intel because $800 for our family a month.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's not affordable.
No, it's not even. It's not even. It should. Even if it was called the almost close to being kind of affordable act, that wouldn't even be true.
No, I couldn't afford it. And I mean, Des was covered, Delilah was covered through other things, so that was fine. But Joe and I were just like, we can't afford to like have insurance for ourselves.
Yeah, it's really crazy because you don't, I mean, if you're young, if you're healthy, you really don't have the use for it, and you still have to pay these ridiculous. Like, if something does happen, there's crazy deductibles. So it almost seems like if you're younger, it's better not to be insured, and if something happens, you just work it out with them. So this actually did happen the other day. My daughter, like the IKEA the bolts, they're not screws, they're flat on the end, they go in the furniture. Mm-hmm. She like pulled one out and put it in her mouth, okay? Like unscrewed it, put it in her mouth, and swallowed it.
Oh no.
3 months ago. Well, we have like really good health insurance, and we took her to the hospital, and I got a bill for $1,000, and I just went ballistic. I went to the office and said, you know what? You're gonna have to tell me what all of this means, and I want an explanation of why it is this way. Like, I'm not leaving until that happens. I'm going to sit here until you can explain to me why this bill for basically an x-ray is $1,000, even though I have health insurance. She's like, well, you need to understand this. It's like, no, this bill's coming from your hospital. You're going to have to explain it to me. And I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to not leave until you explain everything to me, and I understand it. And this is what she did. She was like, oh, can you afford this? Because if you can't, I can just do a one-time credit. And I looked at her, and I was like, no, I can't afford this. Because I can't. She actually waived it. I don't think the hospitals... That's... I know it sounds made up. I know it sounds like that's from a mystery universe, and I did not expect that to happen when I walked in, but it did. And it just happened a few weeks ago because I got a bill from them. After what had happened initially, so I should preface that a little bit. After it happened, I got the initial bill, and I said, we set up a payment plan, and I said, I'll pay you like this amount today. And, I didn't even question. I said, I'll pay you $50 a month. And they're like, oh, well, you need to pay 7% or whatever, and it was $60. And I was like, all right, whatever, I'll do that. So then a month later, I got a bill for the whole amount again, and I just lost my shit. I really did. I just lost my patience and my temper, and I just went down. I live close to I live really close to the hospital, so I just walked right in and said, "Hey, let's get this. Let's talk turkey." So what happened was the billing person didn't even know what the procedure codes meant, which is crazy. So I had to go down to this other office, this procedural office, and they gave me like these charts that had these things. And one of the things that did occur is like there were some mismatches between what they thought it was and what the billing thought it was, and it's like, dude, what was like? I need like, who runs this department? Like, where is he? Let's talk to him. Nope.
I can't tell you like how lucky I feel that when I was pregnant with Hazel, we lived in Alaska, and Mike is Alaskan native. So all of my pregnancy and childbirth and aftercare was all covered under the everything. Of course, after I gave birth, they didn't want to touch me. I was no longer carrying a native child.
You're like the orange peel. They just threw away the orange peel.
Pretty much. Before I gave birth, I got like free massages at the hospital, like free physical therapy for this like back pain I was having. Like they treated me like I was giving birth to like the second coming of Christ. And then as soon as I was born, they were like, bye.
It was just the second coming of Mike.
They made me sign something that basically said that they were going to give her a blood test when she was born. And if she didn't have the right percentage of native blood,
no, they were going to charge you.
Make me pay like $300,000 or whatever it costs to have a baby nowadays. And what? I was like, okay, that's fine because she's his. But they never did it. Like, I guess it's like.
Oh, that was a threat.
I mean, maybe they do it if they're not sure. I mean, she looked like a little Eskimo when she was born, though. So, like, she really did. She doesn't anymore, but she had like black hair and like the little round face, and so they were like, yeah, she's probably one of us."
A massive wool coat.
So I totally watched I was listening to a podcast or something about this recently, and it was a woman who was like, she had cancer. She was charged basically. It ended up being like $500,000 for all of her treatment, right? Like her medical bills just kept racking up because that's what happens. She was losing her house. Everything was going downhill. And she put on Reddit, like, I'm trying to understand these bills and I can't. And so like this whole community came together and they basically like went through like medical coders, like went through her bills and they got it down. Like they were like, no, a ton of these charges are wrong.
Yep.
Like a ton of these are just like not normal. And they went through and they got it like down to like $100,000 or less, or just like some crazy amount. Because like sometimes, like a lot of the time, you're getting charged for shit you shouldn't be getting charged for.
Apparently, that's what my cousin said. That he's a physician, and he's like, yeah, go down there and make him explain everything. I bet they can. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't. So if they actually, by law in Oregon, they have to be able to explain it to you. Like they can't expect you to pay something you don't understand. So yeah, exactly. So they have to actually explain to you each charge. And the law doesn't specifically state like what they have to explain to you, but you have the right to be able to figure it out. And to whatever capacity that isn't really explained by the law, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. How did we get there?
That's my phone. Just excuse me.
I was like, where is that coming from?
You need some coffee?
Even when I'm sick, I don't go to the doctor.
Me neither. I hate hospitals. Like, where's
my leg? I feel like, do I really need to go get this fixed? I mean, it'll pour some rubbing alcohol on it. That should heal.
Like when it almost killed you, and all you did was drink some apple cider vinegar.
Yeah,
Jake's ear is hanging off, and he's like, "We have super glue. We're thriftless."
Wait, there's an update to that. So I got sick like 3 days after. So I think it was like a stomach bug, and
it might have been viral.
Yeah. And it was like the same exact sickness, like 3 days after from the.
It was from that damn near
And I
salmonella. That salmonella got me twice.
From those 75-year-old eggs.
The Samarmanilla.
But now he is hooked on probiotics. He puts in like all of his drinks and.
That kombucha's fire.
It's good for you.
Makes you fart.
What?
Makes you fart.
That is true.
Well, you already fart all the time.
Yeah, I already fart all the time.
So nothing is new.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about farting?
In fact,
Definitely.
now there's less spray with the probiotic. Really good.
You
Are you gonna like paint the house? What are you talking about over there?
You guys missed it after the I mean Corey saw it. We went to Jake's after the party on Sunday.
Crawfish.
Across the street, and when I walked in, I completely wiped out into the bar because I was wearing those high heels and a divot right at the bar, and I literally I was the first one to walk in, and I just fall into the bar.
Everything stopped.
Yeah. Do you remember me picking her up and convincing the bartender that she wasn't drunk?
Yeah. It was a group effort. We were hitting them from all sides, like her ankles are tired. Her shoes are restrictive. You know, we were getting them
all out there.
I was so bummed I missed the after party.
Yeah.
It wasn't really an after party. We just sat and talked.
All six of us got pretty crazy.
Got pretty crazy. I was too drunk to communicate by that point anyway.
Yeah, you weren't making.
I don't remember like.
I wasn't making any
half
sense
an
at
hour
all.
of. I remember Nicole getting in the car screaming.
What?
And that's about it.
What?
Nicole and I getting in the car and like screaming at you guys on the street, like.
I remember that. I kissed Joe on the head, I think, actually. I gave Joe a little peck on the head. I walked over to the car and gave Joe a peck on the top of the head, definitely. That's part of my memory.
Yeah, I think you did.
You gave Joe a peck on his head anyway. So what's new? What's news with you?
Me?
Yeah, you're gonna hit them sales, buddy?
Dude, this month has been insanity, and adding those Star Wars coats has made it like really insane. And like, I don't want to go back. I gotta get this. I gotta.
You want to go back to reality, or?
I don't want this to stop. I really
The cash cow.
Oh my criminy!
Q4 to end. Q4 has to end. It turns into Q1.
800 in sales today.
Did you sell another jacket? What happened?
No, I didn't sell a jacket. I sold like a CB radio, a $300 pair of sunglasses, a $100 television, piece of junk.
It's like what did I sell today?
Digital cameras, mini DV. Mini DV is like pretty popular. You're not buying mini DV stuff. You should buy it. I guess people make porn with this.
And Mama is getting back into hard goods.
Ooh.
Doing it.
Where do you live? North of us.
Who?
We would have to battle.
Where?
Battle out. Except you would get different hard goods than us.
Who are you talking about?
Yes.
Even Corey and I,
Who am I talking about?
gravitate.
Who are you?
Huh?
Huh?
We gravitate to what?
Ha! I was saying that it's good that Kayla is not hard gooding down here at the goods that we're hard at getting.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, hard goods.
So I figured out what happened with my poop spray that never came, by the way.
Wait, you didn't get your poop spray?
Never got my poop spray. So
Oh no.
you want to hear something hilarious?
What happened?
I will tell you what happened, and it is quite funny. So I sold somebody something on eBay. It was like it was in some ink or something like that, and I broke the box, or I did something wrong.
Per usual.
Did you did you send it to a customer?
Yes,
No.
I did. So no, wait. This is the funniest part of it, though. So I changed one of the addresses because I was like drunk when I was doing that. I changed one of the addresses on one of the so I had to do an arbitrage order because it wasn't. I really somehow crushed the box and like I messed up the ink. It was a mess. So I just ordered them a new one on eBay on Amazon. So the hilarious part is I accidentally somehow selected that one when I was doing that. So they got like fart spray. They got fart spray like a couple weeks later.
Was there any way for them to know
Wow.
you?
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think so because it does. There would be an invoice inside of it, I guess, but it had her name on it.
Wow.
It's got like complimentary fart spray from Mighty Mushroom.
Wow. I'm dying to know like what this person thought. Like
Dude,
what the
liquid ass. If you guys haven't heard of liquid ass, it is like foul, like barfy foul.
Did you reorder some for yourself? Is the question.
No, that's the thing I was going to say because Jacob and I are going to the same estate sale probably Friday morning.
Yeah, you're gonna get me coffee.
What's up?
If I'm not mistaken, there was a coffee.
There was coffee involved, and I think multiple estate sales if you have time. I'm not only going to go to Gary Germer. There looked like some other juice piles in there. But I wanted to have the fart spray so that we could disperse the crowd a little bit.
Dude, I will bite the bullet and I will say that was me. I'll be like, you.
Nicole just left.
Yeah.
Like I'm done with fart talk.
And on that note,
say bye.
We lost.
Yeah, so we're gonna go. We're gonna go to a couple of estate sales on Friday. I have like 3. I don't. It's weird. Like I know I need inventory for people to list, but I don't want to look at unlisted inventory. So today I was like, I'm just gonna go start listing inventory because my lister didn't come in today. She kind of canceled on me. So I was gonna start listing stuff, and then I was like, I don't want to, so I'm not. And I guess I can have some backstock of inventory. I guess I have to. Technically, I have to have some inventory backstock for her to have stuff to list. So I don't want to run out of stuff for her to list, but at the same time, I want stuff to like get listed.
That's a weird concept.
What
you're operating with there?
That's not my job, and I'm like not trying to revert myself back to doing it. I'm trying to figure out how to get other people to do all of it still in this new space, which is difficult.
I haven't been like super listy lately.
You should be, dude. People are making their buying decisions right now. Dude, get that stuff listed.
I've been shipping so much, and then when I'm done shipping, I'm just like, I make that sound, and then I like slowly get a few things on.
Yeah, I mean, you have a bigger inventory anyway, but I mean, it's always I think if you're doing what Jake and I do, it's really important to diversify your inventory a little bit. Just because we do sell things that are considered more long tail, and people would, I mean, a guy who flips shoes from the retail might look at me and like people look at what I sell and they're like, wow, that's junk. And I'm like, yeah, that's $100,000 a year worth of junk right there. So,
holla back.
Holla back, boy. Now let's turn it into $1 million a year in junk. How about that?
I think everyone should diversify, though. I think that's just a good idea, no matter what.
Yeah, it just protects you from like, especially in fashion. There's like market trends, and you can't steer that. But you know what? If you have like a rare electronics item that is sought after, it's gonna sell. Just like if you have a rare piece of clothing. That doesn't mean I just think having a robust inventory, like for me, having a robust inventory is like really important. I mean, if you want, like today, I sold a pair of shoes for like $50, and let me see what I sold today.
That's something that's painful. Is like more and more I'm honing my eye, and I'm spending more money, and buying bigger lots of more valuable things.
Exactly.
My desire to list it all is declining.
Exactly. So that's why you should have that's why you should have an office in my building.
But that doesn't remedy the listing part.
Yes, it does, because there's a room for somebody to sit down and list stuff, and like once there's a full-time,
I know, but I got big dirty things.
Well, you can't do big dirty things. You gotta do big dirty. So today, this is an eBay tip for everybody. What I consider pointing devices, like mice-like objects, things that act like mice, any pointing devices, electronic pointing devices, like controllers, that kind of stuff, awesome on eBay. Awesome.
Okay, wait. I actually sold a laser pointer on Amazon for $71.
Pointing devices. When I say pointing devices, I'm talking about more like mice, but the laser is a pointing device. I would put it in there. Today I sold
Talk about the thing that you sold.
What? We were talking about things I sold. I was trying to say diversify and talk about what I sold. Look, it's right here.
I'm just saying you totally shot down poor Jacob.
Well, that's like my show, because I can shoot everyone down and they can leave.
But what if I sold one of these things?
Doesn't count.
My grandma farted into a jar. I tried to sell it on eBay. It got returned. The fart was gone. What else with my recalls?
What the hell?
Okay, so let's go back. Pointing devices are really awesome. Jacob sold. I was talking about selling mice on eBay, and Jacob was talking about
pointing devices.
I said which I consider mice and controllers and like pins and that kind of thing. I was going to keep going there, but he's like, I sold a laser pointer on Amazon. I'm talking about selling mice on eBay, and he's talking about selling a laser pointer on Amazon.
I don't talk like that.
So I sold a Logitech. I sold a Logitech.
Get on with it. What did you sell? Sorry.
Eject.
Come on, tell us. We want to know.
I just hit him from the broadcast. Okay, so even older Logitech trackball mice, average sale price of above $25. Definitely don't sell them for less than that. We sold a Logitech Trackman. I could probably screen share and show these things, right?
No.
Okay, I won't. Then Canon PowerShot cameras, especially the ones that use non-chargeable batteries, so the ones that use like like standard batteries, like A batteries, which can be rechargeable, but not like the battery packs. Those are highly desirable. I saw the Canon PowerShot A570, 7.1 megapixels. I don't know why people love these so much. $37.99. I sold a Sony base station adapter. So anything that has to do with like CB radios, Jacob will know this. Did you see that? I think I posted that on Instagram. Did you see that, Jacob?
No, I didn't.
It's a Sony base station adapter. So it's a speaker that just hooks onto the base station.
Okay. Yeah, CB I always pick up.
That sold for $125 in like a very short amount of time. We sold a Diamond Stealth 64, which is an old video card. It was $17 plus $3.48. That's low for me, but he paid shipping, so kind of.
Oh my god! Oh.
That looks like a skunk.
It's a little raccoon. It's a rabid raccoon.
It's very cute.
I sold a Creative Labs vintage ISA sound card for $22.99. I sold a second. That's 2. I sold a second Canon PowerShot. This is a PC1229. I think this is a 3.1 megapixel that sold for $24.99. I sold a pair of vintage American optical sunglasses while this show was going on for $329.99. And then if you don't know, like, okay, these stupid VCR TV combos. I guess people like do vintage video gaming with those kind of things and stuff, but
How much do they sell for?
This was sold for $109.99 plus shipping.
How do you ship that? I mean, obviously you ship it in a box, but like just
padded flat rate envelope.
Or FedEx or
FedEx, yeah. I mean, if it's over 7 pounds, FedEx ground is usually where to go.
So you just like bubble wrap the shit out of it and put it in a big box.
Yep. I bubble wrap the shit out of it.
I see those all the time, but I just I mean that's not something I ever.
I don't see them all the time. They're in really high demand. I rarely see them.
I see them constantly.
The TV VCR combos?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I was too lazy. Did you see you saw the picture? It's just backwards on the shelf. I was too lazy to even take it off the shelf. I just took a picture of it a day, put it up, and it sold for $110 plus shipping in like a day.
I probably see one like a week.
No way. You know how much stuff I see, Kayla?
How much stuff do you see?
A lot of stuff, so it's hard for me to believe. I'm calling bullshit.
Okay.
Going to like thrift stores a lot.
Oh,
You really are hard to find. I'm telling you, they're hard to find. If you can find me 5, we should make a bet. Well, no, that's not fair because you could just buy them anywhere probably. But, try to find 5 in a week in thrift stores, and then show.
I didn't say I
could find them.
I said I found like 1 a week.
Listen, if you can find 5 a day and prove it, then I'll call it off.
I think your mom has like
for less than 59 cents.
If you can find 5 a day for 59 cents, then you're legit.
Otherwise, fuck you.
Otherwise,
shit. Now that I know they're worth
mushroom.
They're worth really, really good money. So pick them up if you can.
I will now.
Test them out, ship them out. Any analog. So wait, let me show you guys something really cool. And they're harder to find, but it's something that an average person would probably just pass up at an estate sale. I picked one of these up for $5 the other day. They're Sony ERT monitors, and I guess they use them for like video games and stuff. The guy who bought mine, bought it for a video game, and let me just show you because I sold one of these, and I didn't sell it for quite this much money, but I sold it for a lot of money very quickly. So let me show you some stuff here. Just since.
And then I'm going to bed.
Okay, let me show you this, and then we'll all go to bed. Ba-ding, ba-dong, ba-ding, ba-dong, ba-dong. I got to screen share at least once into infinity, right? So these are asking prices, not sold prices.
Yeah, that was very good.
But are you looking at this?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Why?
Dude. I sold one for like $500 2 months ago. Look, this one's in the box. $4,000. It's for this because people play the video games. It has a flat screen. They were the first ones that had flat screens in them.
Oh, okay. I see that now.
So I sold this one. God, man, I wish I would have put it on auction. They're just going up in value too. Like there were none of them were like this price before. Like this one's for parts only, $259.99.
Sony. Wait, what is it?
They're Sony Trinitron flat screen editing monitors.
I'm not sure I've ever seen one of those.
Yeah, they can definitely be found in the venues that we find stuff in.
I see like 7 a week. What are you talking about?
I've only ever found 5 or 6 in my entire life.
No, I've never. I don't know.
Finding them, but I haven't been looking. I just randomly figured it out like
that's funny.
A couple of years ago.
There was one Sony
I
monitor
love
that
about this. Oh, go ahead.
What?
I was just saying there was one Sony monitor that I picked up that it had like, you know, it had all the ports. It was an older monitor, but I took it home. It was $5 at the sale. Took it home, did some research, and knew they're like $400, $500 monitors. So I listed it for $350, and sure enough, within like a couple weeks, someone bought it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those things are.
But now I will always remember that. Like that's in the vault now. Now that we talked about it and I pictures like locked away.
Well, so Craigslist Hunter has been doing this. Craigslist Hunter's been doing this thing where he's like expand your knowledge, and that's what he's doing on Instagram, and I really like that. So I kind of like copycatted him a little bit, but I'm trying to give him full credit because I think it's really cool because it's the truth, and I like the truth. So,
I hate from Bolo where it's like, especially when it comes to fashion, because there's just so many items that like they fluctuate like with the wind, you know? They change so quickly. That's why it is important to use terms like expand your knowledge. Don't just look for this brand. Know why this brand does well and find brands that do well also for similar reasons.
yeah. I mean, okay. So, for example, I saw this Bakelite. I knew it was valuable. It'd been years since I sold some, and I just started looking through eBay at trends. And like, what I realized looking for like an hour. So I did like an hour research. That's about how much time I had. It basically the research was like, get everything that's carved, get everything that's polka dotted, do that first, then experiment after that. But that's what I did first, and that's going to be, I mean, that's going to be, God, I really hope to, I think I'll produce $2,000 to $3,000 in profit from this.
Wow.
Put the vibrator away.
God, wait until the show ends.
What is that?
It's a
What
Dremel.
is that, Dremel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the 10.8 volt lithium ion. Had the battery pack, has the case and the charger for $14. It was the first day. I wasn't gonna just pass on it because it sells for $60 like that. So
This is a very, very useful tool.
it is, and it has tons of attachments, and it's in really good shape, and it works.
Yeah, it's a good time to sell that kind of item. Like hobbyist items are really, really good right now. So.
I'm gonna get it on. Jeez.
What's up?
By the way, Kayla,
Okay.
I listed my first thing on Posh, and I started following your account, and there's a pair of shoes that I may want. I'm afraid they're going to be a little too small, but
Well, message me and tell me what it is, and I'll send them to you. And if they
you
work,
don't have like a high price on them either. They're like denim with patches on them.
oh, I'll give those to you.
Okay.
They're a
Yay!
I've had them for so long. I got them for like next to nothing. So
Thanks.
You're amazing.
I am.
Yeah, so I still don't know anything really about Posh, but I have clothes that I think will do well there that aren't doing well on eBay, but it's just like a whole nother world.
DM me on Instagram and let me know your shop name so I can make sure I follow you, because I haven't been paying attention to Poshmark this week while I've been out. So I want to make sure I follow you and I can give you some pointers.
Okay, thanks.
You're so
Okay.
nice.
It's
All right.
bedtime.
Good night.
My kid.
I
Bye, Kayla. Thanks for rapping.
Of course. Bye, guys. See you later.
Are you staying?
I'm here. I'm alive. I'm breathing.
Cool. Did you besides that Orvis elevator blobber patapple?
Oh, dude, how did you know that's exactly what I would want? Because I said Otis elevator stuff, and then you were like, "Ooh, is it
Orbis?"
or is it say Orbis?"
No. I said it wrong. It's Otis, right?
Yeah, it's Otis. I was
Yeah,
like,
you told me about Otis collectors or some crap, and then I saw it, and I was like, hey.
yeah. I'm guessing he probably has that priced at $20 to $25.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably 120 to 150. It looks like a rotary.
Do you want to do a little assay of the sale since we're live?
Yeah.
That should be fun. That should.
Assay.
cafe of the sale. I want the chicken. I want. I need a screen. I need a screen. If I don't get the chicken, I need to screenshot this because
wait.
might.
That painting? I did leave that $100 offer, but he probably wiped his with it.
I call him Uncle Gary. Like I've been knowing Gary for like a long time.
Yeah, he's probably like, God damn it, that kid again, calling me Uncle Gary. Yeah, whatever you say.
Uncle Gary, I think.
Give me your money and leave. He's actually super friendly. So when I went there to buy banks, I was like, let me chop it up with this guy and get to know him, get to know what his insides are all about. And he's a sweet man.
Yeah, dude, he knows a lot about certain subjects, and he's willing to let the things that that don't have significant value go to get rid of it. But he gets the best estates in Portland, dude. He did Bruce. Okay, he did Bruce Lee's estate apparently, and he did Bruce Lee's sensei's estate here in Portland. They moved the stuff up from California, and.
That's someone saying to me, like, what the hell do you price Bruce Lee's underwear at?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Dude's crazy though. I have some. I generally will pick up a painting from his sales that have awesome art. I've got a couple of prints in here that are just incredible. I mean, it's hard with art to know, but like I know what I like, and that's all that I really care about when it's art because I'm really holding it for like very long term.
I think if you clear your mind, right, and you look at a piece of art and it does nothing for you, walk away.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But if it strikes you at some level somewhere in your body and it's not just like a reproduction, then you should get it.
Yeah. I'm going to screen share this real quick. Everybody, so we're going to go through and look at the State Cell Finder, which we have here in Portland, Oregon. That's pretty cool. If you're not looking at it, please don't start now.
Dude, I was amazed. It seemed like, okay, so at the reseller meetup, right?
Hold on. Don't talk yet. Wait. Just hold on. Okay. I'm like, don't talk yet. Okay. Keep going. Sorry.
At the reseller meetup, there was 50, 60 people there. And, we're all resellers. We go to garage sales, estate sales. We do a little retail arbitrage from time to time. But I was amazed at how few their primary was estate sales.
Yeah.
It's like very few were comfortable in the estate sale domain. They're like, I do garage sales. I go to the Goodwills. I go to thrift shops. They don't do estate sales. It didn't seem like that was the thing they do. And I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at it either. Estate sales are really hard. You really have to have a lot of inside knowledge. You have to make buying decisions very quickly.
Yes.
You can't use any trendology instantly. I mean, so if you don't buy it right then, it's gone. And you can make some really bad decisions at estate sales, definitely. And I have.
Yeah, the thing is because if you trust the estate, you can never trust an estate sale on everything. They'll price some things well, and other things are just like market value to like the end user because they think maybe this is a hot item. But that's why I was always
whoa.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the chicken. This is the chicken painting I want to get for my chicken Patreon.
It's actually called the Three Cocks. If you didn't know.
Is it? They look like chickens to me. I love this painting. I just love it. I just really love it.
Is it a chicken or a cock?
Shut up, you dummy.
Anyway.
Don't be dumb.
He wouldn't take 100 for it. He decided not to sell it at all.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a dealer, dude. Have you been in his shop on Broadway?
Wait, can they do that?
Sick, dude. It's an old bank, and it's got a bank vault, and he's got probably $5 to $6 million worth of jewelry in there. It's the thickest jewelry shop in Portland, and nobody really even knows it's there. It is insane. Look at this piece, man.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. That's
Like,
old.
What would you value that at?
It's so variable because it really depends on what period it's from, what it's made of, where it came from, who it's associated with. It could be worth $5 or $5 million, you know?
Well, it looks wood. It's wooden.
Yeah, definitely. But which wood did it come from? Was it carved as a souvenir? Was it part of a palace? What is it? Is it representing a king? Because it looks like some noble person who's sitting on a throne. You know, it's there's a lot of questions that piece has about it. Now, this sale that you and I went to before, this was a couple of antique dealers in Portland. So, I mean, I found some really amazing stuff. You did too, right?
At the sale price. I got those coin banks.
Oh yeah. Did you sell those?
Yeah, I sold the Japanese coin bank for 95. I sold the kitten one that had the dial on the front. I sold that one for like 80, I think.
Okay.
And then I still have the small, the lion coin bank, and I have one other.
This is the Paps one.
Yeah, the girl who was was it like Kristen Paps? She was in the Paps. She's
Paps family.
Yeah, she's an artist in the Pabst family, which, I mean, he probably has. So I bought something from him that he had for sale on eBay already. I just bought it cheaper at his sale, but yeah, dude, I love this. That's a cubist.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I love this painting. It reminds me of the hand.
Do you have any luck selling art?
I've sold some pretty awesome pieces, dude. And I have the largest. You know who Maurice Friedman is? I inherited it. It was like the only valuable thing that my dad's like wife.
Oh yeah.
I inherited it from her. Maurice Friedman is one of the most known artists, like American folk artists ever, and it's the largest known piece that he's ever produced. It's like 4 feet tall and 5 feet wide. I had the value estimated before, and it's a lot of money. A lot. I mean,
what's that religious? What was that religious? Was that like a candelabra or something? Go up.
Let's go through the whole thing. So he hasn't posted all the pictures yet, really. So this is art glass by Ouroboros. These guys were involved in the air pollution scandal here in Portland. This stuff is going to be really valuable in the future. I'm just very certain that it will be. Ouroboros glass. This is sick, and they're cheap. Look, $5. Oh, 65. There were some that were $5.
What would you pay for that one? Would you pay 60?
I wouldn't even know who the artist was for me to pay that much for that. Where's the cat? The glass cat over here. $5 for the glass cat. That's cool.
That is pretty neat.
I like the America tiny bowl just because
that just looks kind of tacky. The flag just thrown right in the bottom.
Tacky's good. Tacky's important. Beautiful piece. $20. I mean,
so like an elephant trunk.
Kind of looks like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful art glass pieces. Like anybody would. I mean, imagine giving that to somebody as a gift. Look how beautiful that piece is.
That one's cool.
That one's really nice.
Stunning. Simple. It's relevant, and the blues are really deep. You know, that contrast is really, really good. I love that piece. The bottom of a dog's jaw. $45. It's cracked though. Look at that.
It looks like it has the artist's name on the teeth.
It's just an S. There's just an S on there.
The other teeth had.
Oh, you saw it? Where?
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah, it looks like it's inscribed all the way around.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was part of a larger piece too. It's weird. Weird. If anybody in the chat has any questions, let us know. Oh, here you go. If you want to jump into the chat as well, that's the link. You just click on it. You can jump in.
Oh, good.
Oh my God, that's a pretty rare thunder egg. Look at that. Have you ever seen one with so many tendrils on it?
Oh, no.
Not really.
I've never seen one with that orientation. This is your normal orientation of a thunder egg, like this. You see? This one has this crazy ornate sun pattern in it. That's a really cool piece.
That is neat.
I don't sell a lot of minerals just because they're just so long tail. They're just ultra long tail. Unless they're rare and you have a really good value on it. This is a
I sold some like aquamarine for a friend, and that sold super fast.
Well, because it's one of the most desirable minerals on the planet.
Like a 3-inch by 1-inch segment went for like $400.
So beryl, if you're unfamiliar, aquamarine is a type of beryl, right? And then isn't an emerald a type of beryl?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I believe that emerald is maybe it's beryl. Yeah. Here you go. Let's read about beryl. Oh, I'm screen sharing anyway. It may sound like I'm crazy, but I really do have a weird depth of information about things, kids. You got to learn about all this stuff if you want to make a lot of money doing this and not doing anything else. I'm not saying I even make that much money. Like there's so many people in there just way more than I do. I'm still learning every single day. Well-known varieties of beryl include emerald and aquamarine. Naturally occurring hexagonal crystals of beryl can be several meters in size. Imagine if you found an aquamarine that was a meter long.
I mean, it's basically by the gram. People are paying, $4 for low quality, $12 to $20 for really high quality.
So I'll go back to the States over here. So my wife she doesn't come from like a wealthy family, but her uncle's wife, I guess he was like pretty wealthy. She was wealthy and her parents were wealthy. And, that was her aunt, and they didn't have any kids, and they were like their kids. So when she passed away, she left them several things, but she left their mom some rings to give them. And her mom, her grandmother, Lenny's grandmother, forgot that she had them. Just put them in a drawer, thought they were like junk, like not like junk, but like, not of any significant value. Well, the other two, her siblings picked the rings that they wanted, and then they left her this giant, kind of gaudy, rose gold looking piece. It's a 40-carat aquamarine of like the most desirable color, and it's set in rose gold. And I looked at it and I was like, "Wow, this is real, right?" And she's like, "No, it's just a fashion piece." And I said, "Wow, this is like." Look, I picked up a bottle, like a wine bottle, and I took the stone and I cut right into the glass. I was like, I don't think you can do that with like. I'm pretty sure this is real, because one of the big tests with like certain gems is like you breathe on it and because they're crystals, they dissipate heat really fast, right? So it just felt real to me. So I took it to the. I kind of know the guy who he's basically the best gemologist in the world, and ironically, he's here in Portland, Oregon, downtown. They have a gem lab there, and they are the most awesome dudes ever. So what they'll do is for $25, they'll tell you whether you should test it, and for $100, they'll give you an appraisal. So you can't really go wrong. If you have a piece that really needs to be looked at, they'll look at it for just $25. You can have the best people basically in the world look at it for $25. So I brought the piece in, and the guy was like, "Yeah. So I just want to tell you that, yeah, this is I'm pretty sure this is real. So he looks at it. He's like, yeah, dude, this is one of the most beautiful aquamarines I've seen in years. And then the appraisal came back 13 G's.
Whoa.
13 G's. And her mother just had it in a drawer. So her mother kept, there was 3 rings and a brooch, I guess, and she gave her this brooch, and the brooch is like a 70 karat yellow, canary yellow sapphire. Okay, so it's just out of the ballpark rare. I mean, it's got to be like, you have to have a special person to like analyze it in a specific way to be able to appraise it. The guy was like, yeah, it's going to take me like a while to appraise this, and it's going to cost way more, it's just going to cost more of my time, so more money or whatever. Because I just sent him pictures, but he's like, yeah, almost from the pictures, like the style that this is like, I'm like, because of pieces from the same age, he's like, yeah, this is like crazy good. So like a 70, look up just like canary sapphires, and dude, it is crazy. It is crazy. So the other option is that it could have been a piece of what's the other one that's cheap? That it looks like aquamarine, but it's cheaper. Oh, can't remember.
Is that it's actual mineral?
Topaz.
Topaz. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it could have been topaz. Yes.
Or sapphire?
No, for the aquamarine. So aquamarine, blue aquamarine looks really close to blue topaz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's cool. The Pap sale. I wonder what he's gonna want for this stuff. Probably a lot of money. He's really into art, and it's hard to get art from Gary cheap. It really is.
What's interesting though is like, even though Portland's a big art community, it seems like art doesn't really sell hot at sales.
Not at all. Not at all, dude. I picked up some really awesome pieces. There was a Picasso that sold the other day right in front of me for like $150. It wasn't a Picasso painting, it was a print, but it was signed by Picasso too. Did PDX Estate Services? Man, Clean Sweep hasn't been having very many sales lately. Let's look at Decoratrix. She's one of the ones I despise. But I always give people a second chance, and I love what's in the pictures. Do you see this Le Creuset right here?
Mm.
Le Creuset, Le Creuset, Le Creuset, Le
The
Creuset.
prices are usually really cheap on stuff.
Decoratrix?
Yeah, I went to, I'm pretty sure the one I went to in Canby, that was them.
Okay, because she's usually insane, and you can't buy anything on the first day because it's so expensive.
Oh, damn.
Gucci.
That Gucci.
Look, that's how you got to grab that Gucci. Shinola, Detroit. That's a cool watch. I'm gonna go for Gucci on that one. I'm not gonna get in. There's a sign up list for that sale. So yeah, so the doors open at 9. Email sign up beginning at noon Thursday, actually. But it's gonna be going on at the same time as the. I don't know, man. That Gucci looked good. What? I like that Gucci. Tourmaline. No, tourmaline. I don't. It's topaz definitely. This piece is really cool. The crazy eyeball.
Oh, tourmaline, that also sells well. I sold a piece of that too.
Yeah. I haven't seen any like light blue tourmaline, but I'm sure there is. I think it's really rare though. These are some cool little. This is a nice little Navajo blanket, woven little blankety thing. Some cool baskets and stuff. It looks modern, but it's so cool. This is really cool, dude. That looks like Mount St. Helens before it popped off. Look, there's a little teepee chilling over there.
Look at that stick. There's a branch in the ground.
There's a branch.
Can't go wrong.
Little branch. Let's see what else we got here. Birds by Toika. Hi, I'm your host. Welcome to Birds by Toika. This is your friendly neighborhood toucan.
Like, what the hell is that?
I don't know, dude. Let's look it up. You want to look it up?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Birds by Tuca. Hold on. Somebody in the.
Oh, okay. I guess it's something that sells at Macy's for $200.
Birds of Tuca.
Yeah, they're like $200 to $300. Oh, there's a chart.
Oh, dude, there way more than that, dude. There's some that go for thousands.
I'm trying to find the one that we saw at that sale. I don't see it on this birds chart.
Birds? Oh, you're looking for it on a bird chart?
Well, they have like a chart of their birds. Oh, I see it on this one.
The birds of Tuca. Oh, look, I'm looking at some birds. Wintered glass. It depends on who the. I mean, there's a bunch for a ridiculous amount of money, but there's only 2 that sold. Tuca.
Oh, that one sold for. Someone took an offer under $39.
Exactly, because they had no idea what they had. I've done good with. Here's one. This has got a similar look to it. 130. Itala Tuca bird puffball. I mean, it's not even like people are so bad at eBay sometimes. It makes me look good.
That one for $119.
Wait a second. How is this yellow? Does that look yellow to you? Like in
lighting.
What?
I think it's the lighting is just.
No, dude, that is white.
No, I agree. It's white, but it does look yellowish.
It's got an ivory color to it, but ivory is still white. It's like cream colored.
You're cream colored.
Shut up. I wish you were here, like, so I could smack you. Which one?
Thank God I'm not. Tired of the abuse. So if that thing was, what would that thing have to be priced at for you to jump on it?
I'd buy it for $40 probably. Looks like there's some serious demand. There's some pretty good demand for these things. Look.
Is there that many available?
There's not that many available, and there's a bunch sold. Look, 413 sold for Tuca. Yeah, dude, they're in demand. Look. Birds of Tuca. I don't see that exact one, but I'd pop on it to check out some Tuca birds. Twinkle, twinkle, little bird. Whoa, dude.
I think it'll probably be priced around $30 to $40.
We'll see. That's cool. I went to the grotto tonight, the little weird Catholic-y thingy with all the lights.
Oh, yeah?
So expensive. It was like really expensive. There was no place to park. And, you know, I'm not really into that. I mean, it's a beautiful setting, but I would rather go there when nobody was there, not when everybody was there. Seriously, it seems like it should be like a really tranquil. Oh my God, look, dude. Oh, this is like one of the most sought after blankets on the planet. Look at that. Oh, I love this.
Oh, you're not screen sharing it. I don't know what.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what I'm doing.
With blanket dreams.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some blanket dreams here in a second. Okay. All right, so here it is.
Oh yeah.
Pendleton from the 40s, probably 50s. You can see the wear on this thing. Has some wear on it, definitely, but people make all. Oh crap! I just stopped sharing by accident. Sorry. I look like shit.
Oh, stop. It's just the lighting.
Lighting's pretty bad in here. All right, so let's see here. Oh, look, it's that that rhinoceros is really guiding that hippopotamus. Look how jolly that crocodile appears. Under the mistletoe. Oh, the rhino's pulling the hippopotamus under the mistletoe. That's a funny card. The blanket I would definitely want to buy. These look like Ladro. This looks like Yadro or Ladro or whatever this stuff is. This one. This is Saint Francis, Saint Francis of Assisi, I think. And this is the thief of the night. So I don't know. Maybe it's Jesus. I have no idea.
Nailed it.
Dude, why is there a random picture of a shower?
What in the heck? Are they selling that door?
It's like you could put pictures of products, but there's a picture of a shower. You know what? On the estate sales, when they put the picture of the house, I think it's really funny. Ooh, this is these are like hyperbolos, hyperboles. Have you heard? Like I always talk about Dick Sickens, Sid Dickens. Have you heard of Sid Dickens tiles?
I haven't. I feel like you mentioned it though.
Well, let me blow your brain on this one. Sid Dickens. Ooh, that's most recent first. Look at these things. Look, this is a rare full color one. 37 bids, $885. Did you see that?
I did.
I have 3 more. I bought 4 total at that sale, and I sold 1 for the price of the other 3, but I haven't sold. So I broke even on them, and I have 3 left. But I haven't sold yet. So
are they? So are all those? Are they marked? Are they signed?
The ones that are signed are worth more, but yes, some are signed. This one's a really cool one. I mean, they're pretty modern too. This is from 2015. It's not like they're, they only make a certain number of them. The ones that he signed are, his signature's pretty easy to spot.
Are the ones that are unsigned? Are they stamped or something? Are they easy to?
They just have this SD stamp on the back. Yeah.
Okay.
All the ones that I picked up were signed because it was a mad rush to get these things. They were all $40 in the sale, and people just went berserk. So, it was like ladies in their 40s who would like poke my eyes out. And I'd be like, way too much.
Are these tiles that you just hang on the wall or have on the desk?
Exactly. You just hang them on the wall or put them in your butt.
Oh, all right.
They actually go in your butt. Yep.
And on that note,
your butt?
It's getting late. Don't you want to?
Oh, it is. It's mid. Dude, I really didn't realize it was midnight. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let's wrap this. You have to wrap it up, not me.
All right, everyone. You saw firsthand Corey losing his mind.
When did I lose my mind?
And I'm going insane, slowly but surely. Whoa! Anyway, don't go to the estate sales. There's nothing good there, so shut.
Yeah, don't figure out how to go to estate sales in your town.
Don't figure out how to do it. What you have to do, it takes like 3 months to fully adapt to the estate sale mentality. You have to force yourself to go. You have to force yourself to adjust your eye, because you really have to be diversified in what you're willing to risk the biscuit on.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to stand your ground. These people have been doing it for a long time. They'll just kind of scuffle you out of the way. Especially here in Portland, it can be quite competitive.
It can, and don't be too scared to haggle. Just be. But your approach is very key, because
experience, like there's certain companies that will, like, if I ask them a question and they know me, they'll definitely at least answer my question instead of telling me to just jump in a lake. I've seen like certain estate sale companies that I'm very close with, and somebody who doesn't come and like gives them a hard time, they're just like, so there's the door and it's open. There's a guy right behind you who's about to spend $1,000, so just get out of my way. I'm not here to deal with you. You're annoying me.
I feel like I basically broke up a fight that almost happened between the person running the estate and this guy who was just like, $50 for everything? And she was like, no. I'm telling you, no. You need to leave. He's like, 45 for everything. And she was losing her shit.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have a thicker skin than that. It's just like, no.
It was hilarious.
Christ,
The
no.
guy like walked away, and then he'd be like, okay, 55 for everything? She's like, no, $80 for everything. It was really funny.
Oh, that's not even that much of a difference. I thought it was like $500 worth of stuff for like 50 or something. No, there's a couple of screwballs in this town, and I always bump into them, and they're like, they're I don't even know how to describe them. It's like, dude, get like, oh, I can't pay $4 for this. I'll pay you $3. Like, get out of here, dude. Seriously, like, you are wasting everyone's time. Like, just go away.
Sometimes I feel like I can be that guy, because I'll be like, would you do 5 on this? They're like, we'll do 6. I'm like, I'd really like to pay 5. So if you could do 5, I'll pay you 5. And then they're like, okay, we'll do 5.
Yeah, but you also buy in bulk though. You're not like coming up like you have a ton of stuff and you're like, oh, 5 for this, 8 for this, 10. What, you know? Like,
yeah, you saw me. I like doing that.
I love bundling. Bundling's great. Honestly, I was unprepared for the Jaguar sale. I could have made a lot more money, though I've done really well. I mean, I've only sold a couple of pieces so far, and I've broken even, so I'm pretty happy. I listed all those ski racks and all that crazy stuff. I've got like 3, because I remember we didn't really look at the boxes for the ones that we split up, or I don't know if you did or not, but I didn't.
No, we just kind of, you were like, which ones do you want? I was like, let's do that. You take those, I'll take these.
Well, the Porsche 911 front grille guards, dude, they have that classic look. They're very simple, but they're going for crazy money. I haven't sold one yet because I just got them listed like today, but I mean, I listed them for like $229 a piece, and I have 4 different variations. So.
Oh, there's that many variations?
There's well, two of them were these like universal. So Amco made all these racks for luxury cars and like exterior pieces, and 3 of the boxes I got, actually not 2, 3 of the boxes I got are to turn whatever it is into like the back thing that's on your car to hold your skis or something. But that's kind of cool though. I mean, you don't see that every day, certainly.
Wow.
I mean, they left them there for some reason.
No, that's what's so funny is they cleared out everything, and yet they left those parts up there. Why?
You know why I think they left them there? They'd been in inventory for so long. They didn't get put into inventory probably, or somebody bought them and didn't. You know, it was like, dude, they're from the 60s. I mean, you don't find new old stock like that stuff.
I love that. Just excites me when I find stuff in the box.
There was so much dust. When I took the dust off the boxes, it was like I actually made a little sculpture out of it. There's so much dust. Pick with Joy says the credit talk was good. Anyway, we're gonna go to bed. It's midnight, so everybody, I hope you do awesome. If you ever need anything, let us know. We're here to Jedi stuff.
If you're not already subscribed, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to this channel. Like we only have like 170 subscribers. I'm not doing this to, for any other reasons to provide content, but it's great when people subscribe because beyond anything else, when we go live, you'll know if you're subscribed. So the only way you can do that is by subscribing.
And your content varies so heavily, you never know what is going to be the topic.
Open forum that has some serious knowledge associated with it. Like Kevin didn't stick around for too long, but we're going to continue to get people who have something to share and want to be involved in real conversations. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'm going to try to bring you guys some awesome stuff. Obviously, I'm like the biggest amateur ever. This is my channel. I'm the biggest amateur ever, but at the same time, like I'm doing this for fun right now. So that's all. Thanks for coming and hanging out, Jacob. It's always
Absolutely.
good. Tell Erica good night for me.
Hey,
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Night.